Welcome everybody to the International Court of Bimbo. Here we are today. I am your judge, Judge Addie. As you all know, I am the supreme leader in judging people for no good reason. That's all I do every day on this stream. And we have our court lawyer today, Paz. Hello, how are you?
Hello, hello. I am the most esteemed Paz, and
Paz,
um,
where did you get your degree in bimbology?
um, well, you see, I studied at the Copenhagen University bimbology, and I am now here at the International Criminal Court of Bimbos.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have it stated before the court that while while my suit got stuck at the dry laundress, which is why I am wearing this unfortunate outfit today, and I would like to have it declared before the court that this clown emoji is not associated with any criminal organizations or criminal activities. It is just incidental.
It's
Um,
incidental clown imagery in my court.
yes, incidental, no relation to any highly dangerous, internationally wanted criminals in this court of Bimbo.
So it's not referencing any clowns that we are prosecuting today.
No, no, there will be no prosecution of any crime, clowns associated with international crime.
Okay, so we're not prosecuting any clowns?
No, no. Oh, well, I'll figure out. I haven't quite figured out all the people I've scheduled for today. Uh,
Okay.
how should?
Well, do you have I want let's bring our
Yeah.
first case to the court. Let's bring our first case
Um.
to the
Yes.
docket. Let's go.
Yes. So, I will begin with a trial from 2018. It's been awaiting your most esteemed honest judgment since
Mhm.
2018.
Mhm.
Um,
Are
you
you
see,
saying are you saying that I'm slow?
no, 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 no. It's just we've been overbooked.
Yes, there's so many war criminals that we
There's
need to
so
deal
many
with
war criminals here in
in the
2022.
yes, here in the court of Bimbo. We must. There's so many that we have to get
So
through. It's just unending.
we are so busy. But yes, see, the individual was found in violation of the Geneva Conventions. Specifically, the accused party has been in breach of Article 7 of the 1864 Geneva Convention, Chapter 7, as well as Article 38 of the 1949 Geneva Convention, which, of course, we all here in the courtroom know what those are about, so I won't have to explain them in great detail, right?
Yes, you. Well, explain for the jury. They might not know.
Well, you see, well, it's hard to explain exactly. Just to say that it's Article 7 of the 1864 Geneva Convention, Chapter 7, as well as the Article 38 of the 1949 Geneva Conventions. Like, that's all you need to know. Um,
I have a question. I have a question
yes,
for the. I have a question.
yes.
So, why are we relying on old copies of the Geneva Conventions? Like, why are we not using the most updated, most
Well, you see,
fresh Geneva Convention?
the 1864 Geneva Convention is still legally in use. The newer ones are just adding on to the previous versions of the Geneva Conventions, which is why we're using the 1864 and the 1949 version, as
But
those are relevant to the topic of the breach this individual has committed here today.
also, hello, our first jury member has arrived. Amanda, how are
Good
you?
afternoon. Oh God, Amanda, the most honorable and the one with the most iron will. The
Yes, Amanda will be our strongest jury member today. I
exactly,
feel that she's going to have all of the opinion. So continue on
exactly.
with your case. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Well, yes, you see, so um So you see, the Red Cross prosecuted this individual in 2018 for these breaches. However, the individual has appealed to the Bimbo court to
Mm.
be rejudged for breaches of Article 7 of the 1864 Geneva Conventions, Chapter 7, as well as Article 38 of the
Harold!
1949
Uh-oh.
Geneva Convention.
Paz, we got heralded. Give me
Oh
one
no.
moment.
Um, where is Harold?
Oh shit, where's...
Is Harold allowed at the Bimbo Icon?
Well, he was prosecuted here many, many, many moons ago. And he was found guilty, but I don't think that bars him from coming, does it? Don't quote me on that.
Hmm.
I don't think it would
Ooh,
bar him from entering the court, would it?
no. No, yeah, like international criminals are dragged before the Hague in the Netherlands,
Where
even
the
though they are exiled from the. Harold, is he like under the table or like in the corner behind the bed? I'm sorry for this delay in the court proceedings on the accused criminal who is in breaches of several contracts in subsections of the Geneva Conventions. Um, it seems that a key witness has not appeared before the
the
court.
fuck is he?
Chloe hasn't taken him, right?
Found him.
Oh my god! It is.
Man was
It is
hiding.
proven that. Yeah, he was just hiding in the pews in the jury.
Ugh, ugh. B says, Harold, have you ever committed a crime? If so, which? I've committed every single crime that you can imagine, except for sexual crimes, because, you know, why would I do that? That's against the law.
Oh god. So Harold believes in the law in cases of sexual crimes.
Yes, yes. Those are the only valid laws.
Fair. Well, as we'll find out, the laws of the Bimbo International Criminal Court of Bimbos, um, anything goes.
Yes, yes. So, anyway, continue with your case against
Yes.
the defendant,
Yes, so
whom we
he's been
don't
in
know.
breach of these Geneva Conventions. However, in his defense, people have called him an upstanding member of the community,
Mm-hmm.
and a vital service provider, and feel saddened about this ruling because it would mean a it would mean taking a very important member of the community away from everyone. Um,
So, so you're telling me that
yes.
this war criminal is saying, "Hey, can you please appeal my war criminal sentence because I'm a good member of the community, you see."
Yes, and also that he feels that those breaches weren't severe. They were only minor breaches of the Geneva Conventions.
Only minor breaches of the war criminal laws.
Yes. Just minor breaches of war crimes. Something we all do every now and again.
Just a sprinkling of war crimes. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yes.
Onward.
um, well, I don't feel like our defendant has much else to say for himself. He's a very quiet man.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really have much of a personality.
Doesn't have much of a person. What is now that? What does that mean?
Well, well, just to say that, like, he's a very routine driven person, and that routine is wake up, go to his job, go home. He's not very he's not like, he's a stable corner of the community, provides a very important service for the community, but
Um,
also he's not really there for the community. And he
what?
is a war criminal after all.
um.
I'm guessing I'm throwing you for a fucking spin as to who this is.
I am so confused who this is supposed to be. So
Yeah,
he
let's.
goes to work every day?
Yeah, he goes to work every day. He provides a very important service to the community. However, in this service, he did also commit breaches of two instances of the Geneva Conventions.
How do you accidentally break the Geneva Conventions while doing your normal regular job?
B says, I love that since they're playing at Red Cross when it's not like the actual Red Cross is breaching the Geneva Convention.
Wait a second, I know who this is.
I think the jury also might figure out who this is.
Is this our man, Dr. Harvey from Stardew Valley?
Yes, the accused did want to remain,
How do you remain anonymous in a court of law?
well, you see, he wanted to remain
Anonymous?
wanted to remain anonymous because he is, the doctor, and he needs to be a friendly face, and it's kind of embarrassing if the entire Stadio Valley knows that he has committed war crimes.
Well, if you commit war crime, you're a war criminal. I feel like the public has a right to know that you committed a war
Exactly.
crime.
And those war crimes are specifically Article 7 of the 1864 Geneva Conventions, Chapter 7, as well as Article 38 of the 1949 Geneva Conventions, in relation as to the use of the Red Cross in, combat areas and also civilian areas.
So I have a question. Oh,
Yeah.
also, just a reminder to everybody who is in the jury, if you want to ask the court a specific question, you must pay $5. Okay, just saying.
Yeah.
If you want to get our attention.
If you want to raise an objection to the court proceedings or the judge's ruling, you have to pay.
Yes,
This is,
yes,
after all, the International Court of Bimbo. But
exactly.
yes, are you ready to give a ruling?
Well, I have a few questions before I
Oh
give my
yes, of course.
ruling. My first question is, did how are doctors informed about the war criminality aspect of the Red Cross?
I I don't know if doctors need to study the Geneva Conventions.
I
Like,
didn't say that. I didn't say did they study the Geneva Conventions. I said do doctors know that it is a war crime to have the Red Cross in non-combat situations? Who cares
oh,
about if people
so
want to be housed? I don't give a shit about that. I'm talking about the freaking Red Cross.
yeah, no, I have no clue. I am not personally a doctor, and unless we can bring before the court a witness who is a doctor, I must unfortunately not be able to answer this question.
Well, I think we're both too stupid to answer this question, so let's move on.
uh, Um, yeah, exactly. Stardew Valley's law actually includes a war between two nations. That's a funny. So exactly, because again, part of the Red Cross is that it is not to be used in times of war for
So,
any purpose other.
oh, so he was actually committing a real for real war crime because there was a war
Exactly.
actually going on. Oh my
Because
god.
the thing is, like, as I deliberated, technically the studio behind Stardew Valley did not commit a war crime because they
Mm.
did not make that game during a period of war.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How do you? What isn't the U.S. like constantly at war?
Fair, but he's making it within the domestic boundaries of the nation. That's an overseas war, which has its own like weird complication. But
So
like,
you saying the laws don't apply to the Imperial Corps?
basically, like it's not a war crime to like it's not a war crime against United States soldiers as long as they're not in like I actually don't know if this is legality. I'm pulling this out of my ass.
All
I'm
right.
about
Well,
to
I
say
have a
it's not a war
question.
crime to bomb the United States Capitol.
Is Stardew Valley near any combat? Like, is it are they hearing artillery in the evening? Are they hearing gunfire in the afternoon? Like, what's going on? Are they near any combat zones or?
Well, the thing is, we don't know. We don't know the topography of the Stardew Valley. Like this could be an
Yes, we do.
overseas wall, or it
We
could
know
be
the
a defensive
topography of
wall.
Stardew Valley, motherfucker. It's a valley.
Well, we only know the valley, not the nation. We don't know anything about the nation state that Stardew Valley is a region of.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Very fair.
Come for the gem, stay for the genuine anti-imperialism.
So
Um,
I must think. We gotta think here. We gotta have a
yeah.
genuine
Like,
some thought.
would do you think that Harvey genuinely might have endangered people's life by breaching the Geneva Convention by using a red cross in front of his clinic in a nation that's currently at war?
Yes. Harvey is guilty. 100% send that motherfucker to the stocks right now.
Yep. I'm sorry, Harvey. I know that your several thousand husbands and wives are gonna be very sad about you being sentenced to jail. Um, and
Wait,
um,
B says there's no military activity going on. The only military reference is Kent, who is a veteran and is at war for the first year. He's shown having extreme PTSD and snapping at his wife for making popcorn. So you could argue, Paz, that
that
Harvey having a Red Cross in town is he is triggering this poor veteran and his post traumatic stress
exactly.
disorder.
Yes, exactly. It's reminding him of the war hospitals and the front line, where the nation of whatever the hell it is in Stardew Valley, where Stardew Valley is in is breaching is using illegal white phosphorus
What?
overseas in the
What?
lands of yeah, well, Stardew Valley has long had a conflict with the Mushroom Kingdom, and there's been evidence of the use of illegal white phosphorus in their war against the toadstools. You see, the governor of Stardew Valley has been known for his political opposition to Princess Peach.
He's like that whore Peach coming in to our town, our little farming community. Now, I don't want any of those toads invading my town.
Of course, a citation. This is not the opinion of the most honorable judge.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
I'm just quoting the mayor.
yes, I would just like it to be noted for the court stenographer.
Please do not cancel me. I do not belong in this court. I am the judge. I will never ever be the defendant. Okay?
Well,
Okay.
we'll see about that.
Whoa, whoa,
Anyways,
whoa,
next
whoa, whoa, whoa,
trial.
whoa, whoa. Pause. Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. Kent from the Stardew Valley is the Unabomber?
What? Kent can actually send you bombs. Oh yeah, yeah, he can.
He
It's a
sends you
gift.
bombs in the mail?
It's a gift, so you can use it to exterminate the monster population of Stardew Valley,
And
which is
yeah.
a
And
frankly under-discussed colonial aspect of Stardew Valley that you're exterminating the native inhabitants of the valley.
Ted Kaczynski was just sending us gifts in the mail to stop
Exactly.
industrialization. They were gifts.
Gifts.
Well, I think my ruling on Harvey is going to have to be guilty. I mean, the man is just. It's reprehensible what the man has done. Truly, truly horrific and evil. How dare you get a bit of wet white paint and draw a cross and then paint some red around it? How dare you? You evil fucking demon. You evil, evil, reprehensible piece of shit. How dare you paint a red cross?
How dare you?
Exactly. Where is she? There she
Um,
is.
hmm,
How dare you?
hmm. I'm trying to figure out which of these would be like because we have several trials we need to get through, but
Yes. Yes, this court is very
exactly.
busy today. Very busy.
Yeah, exactly. Like speaking of how busy we are and have been, here's one from 2010.
Whoa.
R- Yeah,
2010?
really. Yeah, been awaiting trial for the last 12. Oh, well, actually, not been awaiting trial. Has been committing crime. Has been on the radar of the Bimbo International Criminal Court since 2010, but has evaded capture for the last almost 12 years. Um,
It seems maybe we suck at
mm,
capturing war
well,
criminals.
well, no, that's not in our domain. That's Interpol.
Oh, okay. We'll blame the police. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck the
exactly.
police.
Fucking pigs. Court strike that from the record, please.
Of course, easily done.
Thank you, your most honorable judge, for abstaining me of being in consent for this court. Yes. So our next client, in front of this Bimbo International Trials Criminal Court or the International Court of Criminal Bimbo, I forget what the acronym is.
It's the International Court of Bimbo.
Yes, of course, of course.
As you can see over here, International
Mhm.
Court of Bimbo.
Yes, yes. But yes, see, he first appeared on the radar of this court in 2010.
Hmm.
And has been on the loose for the last 12 years. However, in that time, he has been accused of sadism, blackmailing, brainwashing, multiple homicides, mutilation, kidnapping, extortion, embezzlement, and imprisonment of political opponents, as well as several more charges. So a really horrible, horrible, horrible individual.
Question:
Um,
Are
yeah.
minors involved in these crimes?
Well, I don't think. Well, we'll get to that. There's certain incidents involving minors. Um,
Mm-hmm.
see,
Murder of minors, perhaps?
perhaps, but yes. See, he has a reputation as a snuff filmer, a con artist, a corrupt official, a serial killer, a homicidal tyrant, a cheater, an abusive parent, a torturer, a conspirator, a jailer, a corrupter of the innocent, a pervert, and a misogynist.
Why are you reading my dating profile?
Your Honor, I feel like this is no relevance to the trial. um,
You're the one
yeah.
who brought it up. I'm like, you're the one who started reading my Tinder profile to everybody.
Yeah, sorry, fuck, I confused the guilty's profile and your Tinder profile. um, I would very much apologize for that. Now, let's see. He has made a statement to be read before the court, and it is thusly: every human has regrets, has things they'd like to go back and change, but I don't. You disrupt law and order, and you get punished for it. Isn't that how society works? Um, very
What?
condescending of the court.
Can you can you can you say that quote again? I'm sorry.
Yes. Every human has regrets, has things they'd like to go back and change, but I
Uh-huh.
don't. You disrupt law and order, and you get punished for it. Isn't that how society works?
So is he like a vigilante? Is that his deal? Is he like, does he
Um,
think he's the law?
Perhaps his morals are questionable at best, but maybe we could get a professional psychologist to diagnose him as maybe he sees his own vigilantism as justification for his severe charges. Beast, Batman, did you hear the things I read before?
Yeah,
Let me
we were
just
talking about child murder and shit, and Beast
yeah,
is like,
well,
yes,
yeah,
Batman.
sadism, blackmailing, brainwashing, multiple homicides, mutilation, kidnapping, extortion, embezzlement, and imprisonment of political opponents. Um,
Batman. That
I
was Batman. He did all that.
don't, don't really like.
So I'm gonna say off the bat, this man is a
Yes,
fictional character.
of course. I mean, anyone who has a long list of traits like that, I pull from villains. That wiki.
Fair, fair. Now let me think. Well, no, continue your case against him.
Yes. Um. Well, see, the thing is that I need to play the role of prosecution as well as defendant. So
Mm-hmm.
he has compelled me to mention some of his positive qualities. You see, before the jury passes judgment, I would like to present an opposing argument. And to highlight the positive qualities of the accused, he has been described as being adorable in appearance, and he is a family man, a single father. Would you sentence this man to death and leave his 6 children to be orphaned?
Yeah.
Think of his children. Okay. I feel like that answers this question. More like that, man. The point of this is that the accused parties are anonymous. I'm just listing their crimes. Um,
Mm-hmm. But also their positives, like they cummed in a lady 6 times.
yes. Like imagine, yeah, such a positive.
Well, I mean, what can we say? Coming in a lady is one of the hardest things that you can do. You gotta, first of all, get her to like you, which, already hard enough, right? And then she's gotta like you, which is impossible. So I think he's gone through quite a struggle in his life. I agree.
And again, he's came in a lady at least 6 times.
So that's more than most of you, jury. So keep that in mind when we prosecute this guy. So, do you think I have a few questions? Can I ask questions like country of origin?
Sure.
All right, well, what is his country of origin?
It is currently not known by the High Criminal Court of the Bimbos.
Useless. Thank you for thank you for making me ask a useless question.
By the way, the court would like to know that a suspicious individual is sneaking about the room,
Oh,
so
a
I am placed in
sneaky.
great danger.
We are in danger. There's an individual sneaking
Well,
about
no, no,
the courtroom.
yeah, yes, yes, I'm in danger. The individual is seemingly circling me, just outside the purview of the camera.
Hmm.
The individual has pulled a knife.
Oh, okay.
I am in grave danger. We need to prosecute this individual. We need to prosecute this individual very fast so we can get
Um.
to prosecuting this individual.
Um. Um.
He's got someone send the special weapons armament unit or whatever they're called.
Call in SWAT, everybody. I think. Well, let me
Yes.
just think about this real quick. I mean,
Yes.
all right. Did you answer my question? Is this Bowser? Are you right, Bowser? Who said that? Beast. Is it Bowser?
Mutilation, kidnapping, extortion, embezzlement, imprisonment of political opponents, a cheater, abusive parent, torturer, conspirator, jailer, corrupt of the innocent, and pervert and misogynist. And you think Bowser?
Yes.
uh,
Hmm. All right. He has 6 kids.
6 kids.
Are they adults?
Well, no. He refers to them as his cubs.
Is this Monokuma? Is this our boy Monokuma?
Yes, the criminal would like to add a statement to his trial, which is wabu, wabu, wabu. Um,
Well, I'm convinced that man is innocent. I mean, wabu 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 wabu.
exactly, this man is innocent. Also, I would like to mention, of all the things I mentioned, that was not child murderer. Seemingly, villains.wiki has not a category. Oh, it has a category for child murderer, but Monokuma is not underneath the category of child murderers.
I guess it's because the murders of the children are justified.
In this implies that Well, actually, no, that makes sense because children are not recognized as a protected class in the Court of International, the International Court of Bimbos. So,
Yes, fuck
um,
children. We hate
you're right.
children here.
We hate children, indeed. Your most honorable Judge Addy.
how
Uh,
how dare you be under the age of 18? Come back to me when you are over the age of 18, and then I'll respect you.
uh, so that's free for free. Oh, two for two.
Listen,
Uh,
Monokuma was the first thing that came to my mind when we first started this case, and I don't know why I forgot. Like it took me, it literally right when I said Monokuma, when I said it just then, that's when I remembered.
oh God. Um, Also, have you shown Chad your most honorable outfit? Your
Oh
most
yes,
honorable drip?
I need to show you all my outfit. Ugh, this is my high school graduation robe. I was like, listen, I
Um,
could not find, I couldn't find anything, and I put my robe under it. But it is kind of spicy. I might take it off. Let me just.
your most honorable judge. This is a international criminal court, and you're stripping before it.
Yes, I mean it's the International Court of Bimbo. Please get it right, Paz. What are
National Court
bimbos
of
most known
Bimbo.
for? Getting undressed.
Getting undressed. Just party on to Fungi Town.
Doot, 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 doot,
In
doot, doot.
front of the court, young woman. Astrid too now shall decide to strip, even though she's stalking around the court with a pizza and a knife.
Yep. Astrid is quite evil. I mean, she. I feel like Astrid should be prosecuted in this court one day. I feel like we could do that.
Feel like we could bring her up on charges of assault,
Yes,
injury
assault.
of a honorable member of the court.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Assault and battery because she threatened
assault
you
and
before she hit you.
exactly, and she did batter me.
Exactly. Well, this is not the case for today. We
Yes,
will
yes.
keep this
Well,
on the docket for later.
yes, we'll keep it on the time.
Moving on to
Uh,
the next case.
Reminder: we do have very long waiting times.
Yes,
um,
incredibly long waiting times. I mean,
yeah,
this
like
criminal waited 12 years, the last one.
yeah,
So,
like yeah. The last one was 4 years. This one, uh, mm, cl- uh, well, he's 92 years old.
Paz, how did
Um,
what? Do we need to have a conversation with Interpol? Like, is it just
I
broken?
think, yeah, I think they're broken because they've brought up a case from 4 years ago. Now a case from now a case from the 60s.
The
Honestly,
60s in my
yeah,
international court of bimbo? How dare they?
60s through the 80s. Um, so yes, the next case is a very special one. As stated before the court, our accused is 92 years of age. He was born in 1930. He is a complicated man who has lived a complicated life, as evident by his advanced age. Um,
What?
is it,
Are all old people they're complicated? Every single old is complicated?
is it Admiral Picard? Is it William Shatner?
How old is William Shatner? Let me Google that.
He's not 92.
William Shatner age. William Shatner
I
is
also think,
91. Motherfucker is 91.
damn,
He's old.
fucking hell.
He was
And I
almost
thought,
92. Amanda was almost right past.
what about Patrick Stewart?
Okay, let me Google that. Let me Google that.
Old Patty Stewie.
Patrick Stewart is 82.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so Patrick Stewart can't be this individual. Um, But yes, a very complicated life. He's been
Mhm.
accused of being an anarchist and a terrorist, but to some, they call him a teacher and a protector. He's been called a cruel warlord by some, and has plotted to overthrow several world governments and has killed hundreds in pursuit of his ideological goals. However, he's also a liberator and a freedom fighter to some, and You gotta respect that. That's a complicated legacy to leave
He
behind.
he's still alive?
Um, he's before the court, so I presume so. Like, my assumption is that he's still alive.
Uh, so by the way you're talking, I'm going to assume he's a fictional character?
Perhaps. We'll find out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like the rest of them, I've given each criminal a chance to speak for themselves, and he has presented me with a statement. A statement he would like to be read before the court. Are we judging someone's ashes once in Dragon Age Inquisition?
I thought that was Dragon Age Origins. Or is Dragon Age Origins the one where you lick the ashes?
Hmm. Well, we'll have to ask our Dragon Age professionals of
Yes.
this.
Yeah, sure.
But yes. So, the statement he would like to have read before the court is on his opinions upon his situation, as to which he wrote, um, "To live among the stars, to rule kingdoms, to guide entire nations, only to find oneself here, a self-loathing man might see a self-loathing man might see this as a deserving punishment. A vain man might compare this to the Christian devil's fall from heaven. Me, I think the coffee is not terrible."
Oh,
Does the judge have any questions to the accused?
so he lives in the stars?
Well, no, he just referred to living among the stars. I presume as in a
Like
figurative
celebrities?
way. Yeah, but perhaps that sounds about right.
What a dork ass loser. So he's murdered
Yeah,
hundreds?
hundreds.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
Maybe even thousands, depending.
Oh,
I'm not
thousands,
quite sure on the
thousands is
numbers.
that's a whole different rodeo. But hundreds, meh,
Eh.
yeah.
Um. Also, as for before the court asks what he did between the years of 1936 and 1945, he is a Holocaust survivor. So I also feel like that's
Is
another
this
element to add.
Magneto?
I knew when I dropped that you'd instantly guess it. Yes, 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 this is the cruel warlord Magneto, referred to on his Wikipedia page as a anarchist, a terrorist, a warlord. And I had to edit that quote because actually what he said is the ruler of jungle kingdoms,
What?
specifically. Because he's the monarch of that island slightly north of Madagascar, off the coast of Africa. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew he had an island, but I didn't think it was jungly. Every time I've seen like whatever it's called in comic books, it's always just like been a big ass mansion on like a little tropical island. It's not really jungly.
Well, he calls it a jungle kingdom.
Well, okay, so I got a few
Um,
questions about
I would
our
like to.
defendant, Mr.
Yes.
Magneto.
First, I would like to declare for the court that I did indeed just throw a pillow at the random suspect who has been stalking me. With
Oh,
a knife.
I that evil demon suspect. I believe that you should throw another pillow at this suspect just
Didn't
to
consent to
see.
the first pillow, but the second pillow she will not be consenting to.
I need to search something
Uh,
up.
yes.
There's a famous, not really actually famous. It's like this weird in joke. That me and my friend make at each other. That when someone says Magneto, you go Cerebro.
A reference to that fucking.
It's a Riff Tracks
Uh,
reference. Let me find. I'll get the video for everybody. We watch it on
yes, yes,
stream.
of course. Bring it up on the big screens of the court.
Oh, you think I should do that? Okay, that's fancy.
Yeah.
Give me one
It's what
second.
I do on my stream when I watch the entirety of fucking what's it called? The bad vampire movie with the
Here,
Jared Leto in it.
just give me what. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to my OBS. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna okay, right? See, that's too big, right? Too big. What? Whoa,
I
whoa,
think
whoa, whoa.
chat is still stuck on just me.
Is it still just on you? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That you don't see this nightmare that I'm creating.
I'd like to have it known that the woman who committed the assault and battery upon me is doing an explicit finger gesture towards me.
Oh, she's. That's against the rules. I believe we should
Exactly.
prosecute her right now.
Like, like as we said, anything goes in this court, but that does not. Anything is legal except that.
Okay, I have the video up on the screens. We're in court. Can you see that we're in court?
I think chat can still only see me.
Chat can still only see you. The fuck?
Oh
Okay,
no.
there we go. There we go. All right, we're in
There we
court.
go. Now you get to see Eddie.
And now let's see. Let's watch.
Welcome to Cerebro.
Thank you, O.
Cerebro. That's a real subtle name, too.
Hey, that's a knock on
Time
Cerebro,
for
you ass.
to get a copyright strike.
Cerebro.
When maintaining your Cerebro, always remember to use only genuine Cerebro
Oh
parts.
god.
Cerebro.
Nito.
Magneto. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to laugh.
I can just like for me, I can just hear you.
Nobody
Cerebro.
knows me. Freaking
Magneto.
From Richard III to Magneto.
Cerebro.
Every now and then it feels
Magneto.
silly walking around in this grape-like
But yeah,
helmet and
again,
digging a
this was why I started sweating when Chad brought up Patrick Stewart.
That makes total sense. That makes sense. Now I need to
Oh.
close. All right.
Yes. Also, bring the screen to me so we can do the subscribers, the patrons, so we can explain why Astrid is on my tip.
Oh yes, yes. Astrid, look. You're on Paz's titties.
Yes. Why does Patrick Stewart play two 92-year-olds?
Two?
I don't know. Two?
Who's the other one that he's played? Who's the other ancient?
But also, Patrick Stewart didn't play Magneto.
Yeah, Ian
That's Ian
McKellen.
the gay man.
Picard is
Picard is
one.
90.
Picard is like
Well-
a middle-aged man.
Yeah, Picard is like in his 40s.
Picard is like a dad age.
Exactly.
He's just always
Like,
looked old.
Okay, in season 1, he's 59.
What? He's
and
59?
yeah, he's born. His canonical birth year is 2305. And
Could
the
you
series, the
imagine?
first season.
Being ordered around by a 6.
Yeah, fucking a 60-year-old tells you not to do terrorism.
Like, fucking
Ugh.
nerd.
Fucking get rid of this first, fucking,
What a dork
I don't
ass
care.
loser. Just,
Loser.
fucking disgusting. So Magneto is our
Disgusting.
criminal, is what you're saying.
Yes.
It's Magneto.
Magneto.
Cerebro.
Cerebral. But yes, Magneto is our
Magneto.
criminal who's been accused of being an anarchist terrorist, and
Is-
a criminal.
Question to our
Yes.
prosecutor here. Since you are the court anarchist, could you explain how Magneto is an anarchist?
Well, he has said that he wants to overthrow several world governments to establish a community of oppressed people who rule together in a union of evil.
Yeah, can we talk about Magneto
Yeah,
for
can
a
we-
second?
Well,
Like-
see, the thing is, originally he wasn't a Holocaust survivor and a good guy, so they just gave his group the generic name of the League of the Evil Mutants.
So he
Because
just decided one day he was a Holocaust victim?
well, no, then later on, people realized it was disclosed to this court in like the 90s. It was disclosed to the court that he in fact was a Holocaust survivor and not just some random evil guy. And ever since, there's been a move to in academia to recognize that maybe it's an ironic title in the way that like queer people reclaim slurs, and in this way he has reclaimed the identity of being an evil mutant.
I just for me
Yes.
personally, if I was going to make an organization where I'm like, hey, we're the good guys, I would not call it
Yes.
the League of Evil People.
Yeah, it's not the evil International Court of Bimbo.
Yes, it's just the International Court of Bimbo. Maybe one
Yes.
day we will be the evil International Court of Bimbo, but not today.
Yes, the day that we find ourselves in a situation where we are the ones committing war crimes.
Well, I have done that before.
Court stenographer would like that stricken from the record. This cannot be disclosed to the public. This is now a closed room. Nobody is allowed to leave this courtroom until we have all made you sign a non-disclosure agreement that says that we will be legally allowed to murder your entire family if you disclose this to anyone else.
I want the legal right to murder everybody's family.
Well, because you've revealed that, you now have that legal right, right?
I just have to be like, they were talking about my war crimes. I had to kill them.
I was legally allowed to.
I have the legal right to murder people for talking about my war crimes, okay?
We very quickly became the evil International Court of Bimbo after we floated that idea down the stream.
Well, I just want to ask the jury, do they think... All right, jury, chat.
Do you think Magneto is evil?
Yes, does Magneto deserve the gallows? Are we going to put him in the stocks? Like...
He is, after all, he is 92, a Holocaust survivor,
Mhm.
and probably gonna die anywhere next Monday.
But he does go around calling himself evil to everybody he knows.
And he has pulled the blood out of several people.
Yes, the man has the ability to pull your blood out of your body, like fucking that bitch from Avatar. Evil.
And pierce you with rebar.
You could shoot Magneto and it won't hit him because he's just like, ooh, I'm Magneto. I stopped your bullet with my Magneto powers.
I would like to present to the court that scene from X-Men: Days of Future Past, where Magneto flees from the Polish Soviet secret police, and they bring wooden bow and arrows to arrest him and his wife and child.
I'm looking this up.
So in one of the X-Men movies, Magneto marries a Polish woman in like Soviet Poland, and he's at a workplace one day and it's very bad conditions, and there's like a molten iron cast thingy that like its chain breaks and is about to crush a fellow worker, and he uses his Magneto powers to prevent his fellow worker from being crushed, but he is spotted by a secret Stasi police officer who
Wait, pause.
Yes.
Can we talk about how dumb the Nazis are in the comics? The Nazis see a man who has the ability to move metal with his mind, and they're like, yeah, put that guy in a camp.
Yeah, put him in an industrialized concentration camp. Well, he didn't have his powers at that point because remember, mutant powers are usually awoken by an especially traumatic incident. That especially traumatic incident being the Holocaust for Magneto.
Whoa. You just said that he used his powers to stop an accident from happening. I'm confused.
No. That's in Soviet Poland after the war when he gets married and has a child.
Oh, so you're saying, okay, I understand now. So this is like after the war. This is okay. The Soviets were like, fuck the Magneto. Oh, that makes much more sense. The Soviets,
and that's why they bring bow and arrow.
I could believe the Soviets were just like, yeah, put that guy in a camp, put him in the gulag.
Yeah. Yeah, Magneto law was very confusing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, uh, I, can we talk about like why did Magneto go over to the USSR? Can we talk about that real quick? Why was he just hanging out, and why was a Holocaust survivor just like, yeah, I'm gonna stay in Poland?
Yeah, that's a good fucking question. I guess he just found a woman after when he was a child. Again, just don't ask me about X-Men lore. Again, fucking Xavier and Magneto gay for each other in those movies.
Well, do you know about like Wolverine's lore? That shit's even more bonkers.
Yeah, it's fucking bonkers. Isn't he like old?
Yes, so like Logan
Isn't he like a
is.
Civil War guy?
Yes, he's very old, and he discovered that he had a healing factor very young, because how do you miss
Yeah.
that? And he's just lived forever. He's a vampire, and we love him.
We love our vampire Wolverine murder man.
Well, jury has given their verdict, and I think
Yeah,
we all agree
not
Magneto
guilty.
is not guilty. He did nothing wrong. We love
Yes.
Magneto. Magneto has
So
done nothing wrong.
the score currently is that you have 3 points for Harvey, 3 points for guessing Monokuma, and 3 for Magneto. And it's guilty for Harvey, innocent for Monokuma and Magneto.
Well, listen, I just think that Harvey is a despicable piece of human
Hmm.
garbage, disgusting dog shit man. And Monokuma, good guy. He's a good guy. Real nice guy. We had a nice little conversation.
Oh. Okay, I have a good one next. So, back to war crimes because, well, actually, the the first one was war crimes. The second one was child murder and
Mhm.
several other charges,
Mhm.
especially imprisonment of political opponents. That last one wasn't war crimes, but was terrorism. Um, but this one's war crimes again. So again, we've dragged this war criminal before the court. You sadly won't be able to see him. Um, oh God.
What?
Astrid's taking pictures of me. I would like it to have it known that I aren't allowed any phones in the courtroom.
Astrid, how are you bringing phones into The Hague? I feel like.
I feel like you could also You could have done more productive things, like smuggling a bomb into the Hague.
Yeah, like, why couldn't you have done something useful? Why'd you have to just bring in a phone?
Yeah.
This is already being recorded, Astrid. Why did. What's the logic of
Um.
bringing in a phone?
Yes. What is the logic?
Anyway, what you were saying?
Yes. So the next one is a war criminal of the highest caliber. He has been brought up on several charges, including dragging the entire world into a world war.
Mm-hmm.
He has murdered unarmed POWs, which is categorically against the Geneva Conventions, as well as used cruel and cowardly military tactics to overwhelm his enemy, among several other gross indecent atrocities against humankind, as well as accusations of having formed a cult of personality around himself.
Could you start over? My brain did not
Your
understand a
brain cut out.
single word.
Yes, of course. So, he's a war criminal.
Yes.
He has been brought up on charges of having started a world war,
Mm-hmm.
murdered unarmed POWs,
Mm-hmm.
prisoners of war for the jury, um, again against the Geneva Conventions,
Mm-hmm.
as well as as well as using military tactics that have been considered cowardly and devious and unjust in war. He has also committed several other gross and indecent atrocities against humankind, and has been criticized for the cult of personality he has formed around himself.
Is okay. Are there?
Yes.
I want to
Well,
say this is a real person.
yes, I felt like it was about time. 3 fictional characters. We gotta get a real person in here.
And a real person who has murdered how many people?
We don't have any estimate on how many people, but it's definitely a lot. Is this Jared Leto? No, Asma. Jared Leto has not brought the world into a world war and killed unarmed POWs, as far as we know right now.
Wait, are we talking about Vladimir Putin?
I wouldn't go and do that.
I was gonna say that was a little weird. Sometimes getting some
But
Ukrainian
beyond
war stuff.
brag,
Is
I
this
would
Franz
say.
Ferdinand? What did Franz Ferdinand do? He just died, Amanda. He didn't fucking murder anybody.
Franz Ferdinand just drove through Sarajevo and got shot. Exactly.
He did nothing. That motherfucker just sat in a car, and that was his purpose, was to get shot in the head.
And yeah, and then he got a fucking band made about him. Fucking God, the things that cishet white people need to do to become famous. Just get shot in a car.
My brain is totally blanking, but I can see this man in my mind's eye. It is the British
Describe him
Prime
for the
Minister who was like, "Yeah, Hitler, you're my best friend."
Oh, that guy. Yeah, the guy with the mustache.
Yeah. Is it him?
No, but
Fuck.
you're in the right genre. Do you
In the right genre.
you want
right.
to ask some questions?
Okay. Is he the leader of a country?
Yes, as I said, you're at least getting 2 points for the right genre.
Okay. Well, it serves to reason there's only like 4 people that you could blame for World War II.
Yeah, those being
There's Hitler, which is easy.
obviously.
That one's like no fucking duh. There's Stalin,
Yeah, and I feel
but like
mentioned other atrocities. Oh,
there's Churchill
what?
with his big cigar. Is this Churchill?
What? No. Churchill
Okay.
did not personally kill unarmed POWs, as far as I know.
Oh wait, personally killed unarmed POWs?
Yes. Again, I brought that up very specifically because he personally did this breach of the Geneva Convention.
This is giving me Japan vibes, and I don't know who was leading Japan at the time.
Emperor Hirohito? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not Emperor Hirohito.
Who the fuck? Okay, my brain.
Really just working. This one was just me being mean. But
Mussolini?
No,
Chad
think
is saying
about
Mussolini. That doesn't make any sense.
yeah. Now think about started a world war, personally killed an unarmed POW, used cowardly and cheap military tactics that are considered devious, as well as several other atrocities. I'm specifically not mentioning because it would make it very clear who this person is.
Oh my god. Is he American?
Yes.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name. I can see him in my mind.
Okay, describe him in your mind.
He's like, didn't he become president later? No, different guy. I'm thinking,
What?
No, ignore me, ignore my brain. He has a mustache, right?
I don't know. I don't think he had a
Useless bitch,
mustache.
just tell me who it is.
Okay. For 2 points for guessing that it is an American world leader, the person was George Washington.
Motherfucker!
Yes. For those that do not know, George Washington killed a captured French officer
Yeah,
who
they
was
never taught us
unarmed
this.
and a POW, which resulted in the 7 Years' War, or the French and Indian War, which is often considered one of the first world wars.
The first big project I ever did for school was about the French and Indian War. Fun fact.
Oh my god, Astrid's fucking judging me. Of course you were thinking about the 7-year war.
In America, we just call it the French and Indian War. So that
Yeah,
if you call
because
it the
America
7-year
only cares
war,
about the part in them.
if you said the 7-year war, my brain would not go to America. My brain would be like Israel.
Prince Frederick of Prussia?
So George Washington, I mean, he
yes.
did. He. All right, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, and of course the cult of personality around himself.
Yes, but like, didn't he try to combat that while he was alive?
Yes, and he also was kind of indifferent about all the marble statues that were being made of him.
I mean, like, what can you say? Like, you can't really stop people from doing that, can you?
Yeah. Also, the cowardly military tactics refers to, of course, our favorite topic over the last week, being George Washington crossing the Delaware.
Now, I want to tell this story since I learned this story 500 and 800 times in school. So,
yes.
During the Revolutionary War, we were losing really bad. We were getting our asses fucked, like, big time. We still did after this, but this was just kind of like George Washington being a huge dickhole for no reason. So it's Christmas, and George Washington, I forget what kind of weird Christian he was, but he hated Christmas. He thought it was whack. So he thought, okay, this is a good opportunity to go do some murder. So it's the middle of the fucking night, and he gets on his boat with like 500 other dudes. I don't know how many dudes he brought with him. Don't say it's 500 and be like, Eddie, actually it was only 50, you stupid dumb bitch. Anyway, they went down the Delaware River, and they came up on a bunch of fucking Hessians who were literally asleep. These Hessians, do you know why they were asleep? Because they had spent the whole day drinking and partying. Do you know why? Because that day was fucking Christmas. It was Christmas. So we got a bunch of sleepy little Hessians going, hey, me.
Auxiliary Hessians.
And George Washington went in there and started fucking murdering every single one of those fucking hey, me, little Hessians, just vibing. Evil demon man. And then that is like presented in America as like one of the most heroic things George Washington ever did.
Yeah, I could find like 4 paintings that were all just, look at how heroic George Washington was during the crossing of the Delaware. Meanwhile, he's just sitting in a boat while the actual soldiers are fucking wading through the frigid, ice-cold Christmas frozen over Delaware.
Yeah, and it's also just like, I'll get a picture. This is probably the most...
Bring a picture up to the court.
This is probably the most famous picture of George Washington crossing the Delaware. That's him on the boat. Look, it's him just standing on it while all these other people do the work. He's just like, yeah.
And also just the fact that the attack didn't happen then on the 25th, because he couldn't get all of his army over in a single day, so he just crossed and then had to wait till the morning of the 26th. Yes,
so he literally sat and waited while they were having fun and vibing, and then he was like, I'm gonna still murder those guys. I hate those dudes.
They've been partying since the 24th through the 25th, and then they wake up in the morning of the 26th and get attacked by George fucking Washington.
Yeah, imagine that being your fucking morning. Stinkiest douche American motherfucker. Tangent. I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were talking about Samuel Adams, how he was like the actual, the true revolutionary. Yeah, exactly. And they were like, the interviewer was like, oh, well, why doesn't anybody talk about him? And the historian was just like, oh, because he was really dumb and annoying and didn't write a memoir before he died. I was like, oh, okay.
The usual. So what do you and the jury, how do you find George Washington of these charges that have been brought up before the International Court of Bimbo?
Yes, jury, please tell me your opinion. Should we prosecute George Washington? Is he guilty? Ozma says Puritan? I don't think George Washington was a Puritan specifically. Let me just Google this.
Yeah, it was some weird denomination.
Washington religion.
There was a wiki page about it because he wasn't very public about it.
You're fucking kidding me. Motherfucker was Anglican. What? This doesn't make any fucking sense. I hate the Church of England so much. I'm gonna do a whole war against them, but also I'm still Anglican.
Yeah. God.
Chat is in agreement. George Washington is guilty for murdering people at a party. Killing someone at a party is anti-bimbo. Very true.
Just gonna write down death penalty. So Harvey is guilty, Monokuma and Magneto are innocent, George Washington, death penalty.
Yes, George Washington, death penalty. We're gonna get his skeleton, we're gonna dig it up, and then we're gonna get his DNA, and then we're gonna clone him, raise him up till he's an adult, and then we're gonna kill him.
Interesting case for the court now.
Oh, a new case?
Yeah, unless you want to
Go ahead,
take
go
a
ahead.
breather.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is an interesting trial. It's a trial of a necromancer, who was tried for the legal possession of human remains. However, this client pleads that they weren't aware of the legal repercussion of their actions. However, some argue yes. Yes.
I would just like to note for everybody to the court that necrophilia is a crime that is punishable by fine here in the International Court of Bimbo. There's no jail
Yes.
time. It's just a fine.
And what is that fine?
10 gold?
$50.
50 gold. 50 gold.
It's enough to buy. It's enough to buy you. It's the same price as one Cakalicious. That's the fine.
Yes, $50. One
The-
Cargalicious.
One old Cakalicious.
Old Cargalicious, yes.
But yes, so yes, a necromancer who was tried for the legal possession of human remains.
Mhm.
My client pleads that they weren't aware of the legal repercussions of their action. However, some critics of this entire trial have argued that it should not be a question of the legality of their action, but the moral and ethical implication of their actions.
I mean, I think that's a fair point because, like, you ate somebody, you ate a whole person. Or did they eat them, or did they just, like...
No, they were just in the possession of human remains.
I mean, are we gonna have to prosecute the Queen of England, the Queen Victoria now?
So let me get this straight. Cakalicious and necrophilia are the crimes of equal measure, yes, in the International Court of Bimbo.
I'm very surprised, Amanda, that you don't understand this. It's very... Those crimes are of equal weight. Like... Right.
But also, who said anything about necrophilia? We're talking about a necromaniac here. Well, we did establish what the fine is for necrophilia, but like that's unrelated to this case of the necromancer in possession of human remains who did an action that shall not be mentioned before this court.
Okay, so they just have a bunch of dead bodies? Like, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Well, yeah, it was a very big case in the given nation.
Is this a true story?
My lips are sealed. That's an ominous thing to hear from your prosecutor. I want you to guess.
Alright, so, well, hold up. Okay.
Yes.
Since they had these remains, they had the bodies, did they raise them from the dead?
No.
Then they're not a
No, they sort of raised
necromancer.
themselves.
You're fucking charging them with a crime they did not commit.
I'm not charging them on the claim of necromancy. I'm just saying they are a necromancer who was tried for the illegal possession of human remains. The crime is the illegal possession of human remains, not the necromancy. I would like to have this established before the court. My client is charged
What remains did they have?
Well, mainly bones.
Is this that TikTok guy that has a bunch of skeletons?
The worst thing is, there's 3 answers to this one.
Am I right on one of the 3?
Yeah, you're right on one of the 3. Now you gotta
Yes!
guess the other 3, who are my
Okay.
client.
No, wait, I have a few questions. I don't actually know the drama
Yes.
around the guy who stole a bunch of skeletons on TikTok. I only know that
Yes.
there was a guy on TikTok with a bunch of skeletons in the same vein that I know on Tumblr there were witches who stole skeletons. That's all I really know.
Yes.
Oh, wait, are those bitches one of them?
Yes, evil fucking monster, whatever the fuck their name was, in the Darling.
So the
They
Tumblr
are
girls.
indeed on this. Yes, the singular Tumblr Louisianan witch who did steal bones from pauper graves in Louisiana, which a lot of people, which is where the implication of the question of it should not be a question of the legality and more so a question of the moral and ethical implications of stealing bones from a pauper grave in Louisiana, when the paupers of Louisiana were a specific class of citizens in America.
I need to point something out about this court right now.
Yes.
Everybody in the background of your scene is very
Yes.
COVID safe. Everyone's wearing a mask, right? But the entire
Yes.
court of Addie is unmasked.
It's been confirmed here. He is an anti-mask.
Could you imagine? This is a weird thing to say, but it's like, it is so odd how, like, when you wear a mask and you're like, okay, this is kind of annoying, but then you're just like, is this really, people are really this butthurt about this minor annoyance? Like, people are screaming, acting like this is the worst thing that ever happened to them? I'm genuinely baffled.
God, imagine having chronic pain for these people.
Right. Imagine rupturing an eardrum for these people.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine rupturing an eardrum. Imagine.
Just imagine that. Just imagine.
Also, the horse brings up an interesting argument, which is Eddies can't infect each other, meaning
Meaning
that
what?
you are, meaning that that's why none of you have masks, because you can't infect each other because you have the same body, you are the same being. Therefore,
But that doesn't make any fucking sense. If this Addie right here, if she caught the coronavirus, she would spread it to every other Addie in this group because we all have a pneumococcal fucking immunodeficiency.
No, because if that Addie contracted COVID, you all would have contracted COVID at the same time because you're the same person.
Are we the same person, or are we simply the same person in different bodies? They're all individual Addies.
I would like this to be presented as a question to the jury, for the jury to decide.
The jury is deciding on whether or not I'm a person or not.
No, they're deciding on whether or not you are an individual person split across several visual forms or several physical forms.
I just realized
that all share a similar conscience.
This court is the opposite of like a headspace or like a plural person. Instead of them all being inside my head, they're all around me as individuals.
Exactly. God.
Okay, so there's a third person? There's a third bone thief?
Yes, there's a third bone thief. Oh, well, a third possession of deceased matter. A person we've sort of been circling around for this whole time.
You've been circling around my brain. I have no idea what you're referring to.
Well, no, you were the one who started mentioning this person.
Wait, okay, come again?
At the very start of this trial, you mentioned this person.
Wait, the...
Alana.
Yeah, from Shaden Hall. We talking about her?
Yes.
Miss Slalu?
Exactly. The thing is, I wrote up, this is a trick question. All 3 answers can be the bone guy from TikTok, the the witch who stole human bones from a cemetery in Louisiana, and whose trial resulted in Louisiana establishing a law that made it criminal to steal human remains from graveyards.
You know, it's
Um,
like, you know how, like, on Reddit and on Twitter all the time, people ask, oh, can I, what was the incident at your school that changed the rules?
oh yes,
Imagine being the person who caused the incident for the entire state.
yeah. Imagine being the person whose bone thievery, which was then reported on Tumblr and blew up on Tumblr, resulted in Louisiana making it illegal to stealing human remains from graveyards, which was apparently not illegal before that point.
I mean, like, it's one of those things that you're like, do we need to legislate this really? But then someone goes around and proves that you do need to legislate it.
But yes, I have court statements from two of the three individuals who could have been this person.
I
Um,
have a few questions. I have a few questions.
yes.
What is the story surrounding the TikTok bone guy? Because I do not
Oh,
know it.
yeah. So this guy on TikTok, makes a big. He makes like a bunch of TikToks about human bones and like the structure of them, and then he makes like a TikTok where he's like, "Oh, I'm weird because I have a collection of human bones," and it blew up and got like very popular. And then there was a lot of people who were like, "Wait a minute, why do you have a collection of human bones?"
Mm-hmm.
And why have you not mentioned who these bones belong to? And then he said, oh, I acquired them legally. And people were like, you know, it's not the legality we are questioning. We have no fucking. Like, the legality is not important. What's important is the morality and ethics of where you got these bones from.
Yeah, like I can
And
go legally buy some slave bones, right?
yeah, again, fucking, there's a market for furniture made with human hair and flesh. It's legal.
What?
It's like as in like old furniture from like the 18th century, which a lot of it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So a lot of people think probably the bones come from India because there's a huge market of like poor people selling their bones after their death. Which
Like, are
yeah,
you saying that, like, when I go to university and they have like a human skeleton in the anatomy class, there's a possibility that that's like an Indian poor person?
I don't exactly know about that one, but maybe. Like what I know is that in a lot of like horror movies, it is generally cheaper to buy a real skeleton than a fake one,
What the
which is
fuck?
upsetting. That like movie productions have a easier and cheaper time to buy real human bones instead of fake ones.
What the
Sorry
fuck?
to inform you about this one. I can't. I feel like I've seen a lot of this mentioned, but also now I'm like, maybe this was fake. But jury, please check this for us. I'm
Yes,
sorry for
jury,
bringing
please
up
Google
this.
if human skeletons are cheaper than fake skeletons. Um, please Google that for us. Are movie skeletons? I know that, like, isn't there like a real skeleton at Disney or something, or there used to be?
Yeah, I think it's the same stuff.
Hmm. Well, I think I think maybe like a big reason why you
Yeah.
see a lot of this stuff is 'cause the whole witchy thing. Like, I don't see any of this stuff.
Yes. Oh, well, I run into a lot of skeleton debacles.
Like, there's too many skeletons in your life. There's too many skeletons in your closet.
Yeah. Yeah, the scene that the skeleton shows up in when Joe Beth Williams' character Jeanne Frelling falls into a pool that is being put in, and then skeleton starts popping up out of the water around her, and she is utterly terrified. No joke, every time I swim in that pool, this scene pops up in my head. The reason is that real skeletons were used in the movie is because it was actually cheaper and more cost effective than creating and using plastic fake ones. This is about the filming of the Poltergeist, I think. Yep.
How is buying human bones cheaper than plastic
I
bones?
I guess because they're so readily available. Shall we move on to the next? Well,
Yes,
first,
please. Next case. Order. Moving on.
first decide decide which penalty these three individuals collectively will get for the possession of
Oh
legal
yes.
possession of human remains.
Jury. Are the bone people guilty? What do we think of the bone people? Well, can we talk about Miss Lalu? All she did was
Yeah, all
ask
she did
a
was,
question.
but also it is heavily implied that she knew the fine in Cyrodiil. Oh wait, uh,
It's
in,
implied that she is going to commit the crime, or that she has already committed the crime, or that she has committed the crime in another country and is asking, wait, what is the crime in this country? I understand that, but we have no evidence of that. All she did was ask a question. Like, if I come to you, Paz, and I'm like, hey, Paz, what's the penalty for ripping somebody's dick and balls off? Does that mean I've ripped somebody's dick and balls off?
oh, and weirdly enough, like 2 days ago, I saw a zombie movie where that happens.
Like, the zombie comes up from the snow?
Uh, no, as in like a woman turns into a zombie halfway through a blowjob and bites a guy's dick off.
What the fuck?
It's a very good zombie movie. That scene was just very gruesome.
What movie is
He,
this?
he,
What movie?
it's Blood Quantum. It's the director died last month.
I've heard about. Is that the indigenous director?
Yeah, the Micmac
Yes, I
director.
remember. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
watch that
Jake
movie.
Bauer.
I'll watch that movie because I just want to see
Watch
the.
the
I
zombie
just want to see.
blowjob.
Yes, I want to see the zombie blowjob. It's just,
It
can you
is,
imagine that? Like, imagine you're a dude, right? And you're like,
yes.
man, I'm super fucking horny. I'm gonna go get my dick sucked. I'm gonna go up to my woman. And you're like, hey yo, can I get my dick sucked? And she's like, yeah. I'm feeling a bit weird though. Is that okay? And you're like, that's fine. I don't care if you got a little cold. Who cares?
Care. I'm gonna give you. I don't care that we're currently in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and you're feeling a bit under the weather. Give me a blowy, mate.
Question.
Yes.
If she hadn't ripped his dick off, would he have
Yes.
still contracted the zombie virus?
No, because a part of that movie is that like indigenous people in North America are apparently immune to it, and
Oh,
white
he's
people
indigenous?
aren't.
The guy getting his dick sucked is indigenous?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
he's
when he
immune to the
sucks
zombie
their dick
virus.
and
Okay,
stuff.
that makes okay. So
Yeah, which is why he only gets his dick chomped off and
does
doesn't become a
he
zombie.
he doesn't die?
No, he doesn't die. He later in the movie he dies, but it's not because of the dick sucking. It's not because of the zombie cock sucking.
Imagine you get your dick ripped off and you don't bleed out.
Fucking this court is becoming a kangaroo court. Just imagine the judge and the prosecutor talking about zombie blowjobs.
We're at The Hague. We're at the highest court of them all.
Just in the middle of a trial, just by the way, this movie where a zombie gets a blowjob. I'm crying.
Anyway, next case.
I should said that we should charge him with Kagalicious, so I've written down Kagalicious. Oh, that's
Chat, nobody has the jury has not reached a verdict. I don't know what to say.
there's only one jury that has made an opinion.
I would say I think
Yes.
okay, Miss Lalu. Okay,
Yes.
we're talking about the bone people, Ozma. Sorry, we went off on a huge tangent about zombie blowjobs. We are now talking about the people who stole the bones. So there's the Tumblr people who stole the bones. There's a TikTok
TikTok-
dog man who stole the bones. and
And
the
there's the
Hlalu
fictional
lady
character.
from Shaden Hall in Oblivion, who, when you ask her about Shaden Hall, she goes, "Do you happen to know the fine for necrophilia in Cyrodiil?" And you know the answer. So.
Yeah, that's incriminating. Oh,
I
someone's getting some depends where you stole them from. So
yes.
the
So
TikTok
hold
guy
up.
didn't steal them. He legally bought them and said, like, when people said, "Hey, where did you get these skeletons from? Are they from black people?" And his
Mhm.
answer was, "I bought them legally." Is very severe. Then there was
Mm.
the TikTok witch who picked bones from like pauper graves in New Orleans because the rains result in like it's the same thing in Edinburgh where rains in the old Edinburgh cemetery will wash the bones to the surface.
Could
Um,
the TikTok guy think that the people who asked that question were alluding to the first case, the Tumblr case? And is that why
well,
he answered the question in such a weird way?
I don't think so. He doesn't give me I am knowledgeable about this Tumblr thing.
That makes sense. You're right.
Because if he was, he would have known about the big discourse about the ethical implications of owning human bones.
But that could also be why he said they're legal.
Perhaps. Interesting court proceedings we're having here
Mm.
today.
I'm just
Uh,
thinking, I'm literally trying to be a centrist right now.
mm.
Because I am the
Oh,
judge. The jury is. The jury has not reached a decision, so I'm just throwing out things, you know.
yeah. So, I've decided that I think the punishment should be getting that bone stolen in sanitation. Too many hypotheticals. Bimbos are innocent until proven guilty.
I would
No.
like to say. I would like to
Yes.
say that Astrid's punishment implies that they will have bones when they die.
Exactly. Could be
Like,
that they don't have bones.
what if they die by debonification?
Well, maybe that's what Astrid desires. The death penalty through debonification.
Ooh, that. But
It's like
then,
desanguination, but
how
deboning.
would we get them to take that? How will we get them to take that many deboning pills?
Well, they are in our custody here at the criminal court.
Well, we could just inject them with liquid debone.
Yeah, liquid opposites
Deboner.
of deboner. The judge said boner. That's the judge. Uh, I've written down 3 points to you for getting them correct, though.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I am the biggest genius. I knew that there was a drama on TikTok with Bones. I could like see him
Yeah,
kind of in my mind. Like he has
yeah,
dark hair, I think, and then he
and a
has like a
very
wall of
punchable face.
skeletons.
Hmm.
I see that a wall of skeletons in my mind, and he's like, "Look at my skeleton collection." I think
Okay,
just for being cringe, guilty.
okay. Let's move on into a more fun case. Um, gotta be more professional.
Yes.
So, our
Order
next
in my
case,
court, please.
yes, bang, bang, bang. Would have the gavel.
Just the most queer way of saying it. Bang, bang, bang. Anyway, continue.
Most fruity bang in the West. Sorry for getting you banned for saying a slur.
I'll be fine. Continue.
Okay, so our next case is one I've been personally involved with the investigation of, and have personal contact with Interpol during the pursuit of this trial.
Mm.
So first and foremostly, this accused has been accused of making a cult of personality around himself. He has been pressed in charges of introducing martial law. He has used military hardware criminalized within domestic affairs in times of peace. as well as using excessive violence in attempts to wipe out political dissidents, and it was allegedly involved in the assassination of a foreign senator. So quite the criminal we have here.
Okay, can I get like
Um,
everything before murdering a foreign senator? My brain just shut off again. Oh.
yes, of course. So first and foremostly, he has formed a cult of personality around himself.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced martial law, which was very controversial. He
Like
used
he was
military
the
hard.
first dude to introduce martial law.
No, he just introduced martial law in the time as in his office.
Okay,
During his
okay.
time in
I
office.
thought it was like a trick question.
Um, no, he used military hardware criminalized within domestic affairs in time of peace. As well as the use of excessive violence in attempts to wipe out political dissidents, and allegedly was involved in the assassination of a foreign senator. Trump and Palpatine. Interesting.
What foreign senators in
Well,
Palpatine's time?
Palpatine did kill Count Dooku.
But that's not a foreign senator. That's just one of his senators. That's like
Yeah.
saying. That's like
Well,
saying, like, if Trump killed Nancy Pelosi, he killed a foreign senator. Like, Nancy Pelosi's not a foreign senator.
Asma's making a good point. Trump, all of that's Trump, and I'm realizing.
True. Trick
True.
question. I want to say, okay. Can I ask a question?
Of
Does
course,
this
you're most honorable and esteemed judge.
Okay. Let me think of the question.
Yes, of course.
Is
We
this a
did
man?
this- Yes, he. I said he. And
Well, that doesn't mean they're a man.
true. Just most war criminals are trans. General rule of thumb: trans people don't tend to be war criminals.
Oh no, he's trans!
Well, I have a no fucking Patreon sound.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is a real person.
Yeah, interesting. What's your logic? Is it killed and foreign senator? Kinda
Yeah, I mean, like, that could be so many people during history.
true.
But you're
Like,
acting like
that's
it's not a. You're acting like it's not a real person.
Menacing. I would like that sound clip scratched from the records. Court stenographer, please present this witness. Why am I asking the court stenographer? It's the bailiff.
Yeah, please remove Amanda from the court, please. If Chloe's in chat. Okay, so it's not a real person. Not a real person.
I'm not saying.
Well, you're acting like it's not. Like, you're giving me the vibe.
Or am I trying to dupe you?
Well, like, you always do that. Like, I don't play with my emotions. Tell me if they're a real person or not.
I don't know. You can
Okay,
ask more
if I
questions
lock-
to find out.
If I lock in an answer, will you tell me if I am wrong or right?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a few questions.
Yes.
Okay. I can't ask, like, questions that are too direct. Like, where's he from? You know?
I know, yeah. Ask where he's from. I feel like that's a good question.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's he from?
Louisiana. That was very helpful.
Useless.
I said it was a good question, and you got a good answer. He's from Louisiana.
So, pause. Can we, like, make a tangent really quick? I need to, like, decide whose faces are, like, the dudes in the corners, you know, in the front of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Like, I sat there for, like, so long. I was like, whose faces is gonna be but I can figure it out. Anyway,
It's
back to the,
understandable. It's just two weird old people in court.
yeah, it's like what do
What the fuck is a bimbo?
Well, sir, it's a slang term for a really big titty blonde lady who's like really dumb.
So not my wife, that old fucking bitch.
Oh, yes, good sir. Yes, good funny.
Anyways, what's this business about a war criminal from Louisiana? How intriguing and very helpful.
Okay. Does he have superpowers?
No.
Okay. From Louisiana.
I mean, he has a super powerful charisma, but like that's not a superpower.
Okay,
That's just being a politician.
restate his crimes again.
Let me open up the folder.
No governor of Louisiana is that important, Amanda. Continue.
Yeah, he formed a cult of personality around himself. He introduced martial law. He used military hardware criminalized within the domestic affairs during peacetime. He used excessive violence in attempts to wipe out political dissidents. And he was allegedly involved with the assassination of a foreign senator.
I mean,
Do you want to exchange a point for a good hint?
no, I'm gonna ask another question.
Okay.
He was married, right?
Yes, I think.
What do you mean you think?
I'm gonna quickly look up his Wikipedia page.
Okay, Wikipedia.
Yes.
Who could this be? Jury.
That's good.
What are your thoughts, Jury?
Jury, do you have any interesting? Yeah, he was married.
Okay. I just say this is a fictional character.
Intriguing.
Because, like, I
Yes.
feel like it is a given for most American politicians.
Yeah, and it's like it would be confusing. Like having to look up their marriage status is not
Yeah.
really something you normally do.
So this is a fictional character. Am I right?
Interesting. Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right. Okay. Fictional Louisiana, like what?
Fictional Louisiana. Louisiana.
Is their story set in the future or the past or contemporary?
That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good question. Let me just quick check something. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was born in Louisiana. Yeah, it takes place generally in the future.
Generally in the future?
Generally in the future.
Restate the crimes?
Cult of personality around himself, introduced martial law, used military hardware, criminalized within domestic affairs in times of peace.
What the fuck does that
excessive
mean? Hold up, pop. What does that mean?
basically just using military hardware which was criminalized and like made illegal to be used within the domestic borders of the nation.
Okay.
Like like the reverse of how like tear gas is illegal to use in international warfare but legal to use within domestic borders. Like the
So,
reverse of
like-
that, it's illegal to be used. It's like military hardware that's illegal to use in domestic affairs.
So it's like he legalized using RPGs during riots, sort of thing?
So, yeah, that sort of thing.
Okay.
yeah, again, he used military hardware illegal within the domestic borders of the nation.
Okay. I'm like genuinely.
Do you
Fucking
want that
movie.
a hint? Do you want that a hint for that point?
Yes.
I very specifically laid heavy emphasis on our next case is one I have been personally involved with in the investigation of.
My fucking memory right now. I'm like, what? Wait.
Think of something. Wait,
Louisiana.
wait. Louisiana.
Uh huh.
Yes.
No, wait. Go. What were you saying before I was thinking aloud?
I'm just saying, think about something associated with me. Like associate what you're thinking about with me, and you will find the tie. The two ties the knot news.
Okay, restate the question. Restate the crimes. I mean.
Okay, think
I'm gonna.
past.
Yes.
Cult of personality,
Hmm.
martial law, the use of illegal military hardware in domestic affairs,
Okay, I have no idea.
the use of excessive violence in attempts to wipe out political dissidents, and allegedly being involved with the assassination of a foreign senator.
Where is this foreign senator from?
From a very distant place from Earth.
From Earth?
Mm.
Very distant place on Earth. Louisiana. I have no fucking clue.
He was born in Louisiana. He did not live in Louisiana very long.
Born in Louisiana. And you are somehow involved with this person.
Not involved with this person, just heavily associated with this person. Like
In
the
what
vibe.
way? In what way? Like what vibe way?
As in, I talk a lot about this fiction that this fictional war criminal is in.
Yes, yeah. I agree with Delta Breeze. Is this a Star Trek question? That's what I've been hovering on.
Yes, this is Star Trek. It's set generally in the future because there's also episodes that take place in the present and past.
That's a cop out, bitch. I'm gonna fucking kick you in the freaking titty, you bitch.
This is an international legal. It's an international court. Technicalities are very important. Do you want the charges again?
Yes.
Cult of personality, martial law, use of military hardware criminalized within domestic affairs, excessive violence and attempts to wipe out political dissidents, and allegedly being involved with the assassination of a foreign senator. Come on, Eddie. I believe in you.
Wait, come again?
The
Oh, my fucking brain. Assassination of a foreign senator. That's like, is it Cisco? There's a lot of characters.
Yes, it's Benjamin Sisko.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to think of which
Amanda
Star Trek
just got
character it could be. Okay. Amanda wins.
Yeah, so in this case, the cult of personality, the prophet, introduced martial law.
Punch you right in the mouth. He did
He
not.
introduced martial
He
law
did
on
not
Earth.
develop that. That's not his fault.
Yes, it is. He is the one who goes to the president of Earth and recommends martial law, not the fascist dictator.
Wait, I'm not talking about the martial law. I'm talking about the cult of personality. That is not his fault.
That's why I said accused of forming.
Okay, suck my dick. All right, continue.
Suck my dick like that zombie.
Exactly.
Use of military hardware criminalized within domestic affairs.
Mhm.
He uses the cloak in the Alpha Quadrant, even though the agreement with the Romulans and the rest of the Alpha Quadrant was that it would not be used within the domestic borders of the Alpha Quadrant the Federation.
Okay, to pause. That is
Yes.
assuming that the cloak is military hardware, which
It is a
Which
warship.
just because it is a warship does not mean that this piece of technology is military hardware. In Star Trek, we see several times many non-military ships using cloaking devices.
I will strangle you, Your Honor. Court
R//
stenographer.
Daystrom Institute. I'm right here.
As well as the use of excessive violence and attempts to wipe out political dissidents for the cause. And allegedly being involved with the assassination of foreign senator, Senator Vreenak of Romulus.
Fake.
Oh, Katie, Katie wants us to judge Katie's mom, bring Katie's mom to Colton.
Oh, Katie's mom, bitch, war criminal. Guilty, easily done. Anyway, Cisco.
Yes, guilty or
Okay.
innocent.
He is innocent of having a cult of personality around him. Shut up, Kai Wynn. Get out of here. You are not on the prosecution side anymore. Goodbye.
Wild. Kai
Oh, I
Wynn.
clicked Ashton by mistake because I thought I meant to do this. I meant to transition your face. Next, what crime is?
Next up is introducing martial law on Earth.
That just because he recommended it does not mean he had the power to do that. He did not do that.
Okay, he recommended martial law be implemented to a person who deeply respects him as an officer.
If I'm like, hey Astrid, go stab Paz, like I'm like, go stab Paz, and then she goes and stabs you, is that my fault?
Yes, and I will bring that up in your file.
It's not my fault. Just because Astrid is like little wacky and decided to stab. That's not my fault.
A little wacky is an interesting way to describe homicidal tendencies.
Well, I mean, she has been hanging about in the courtroom.
Yeah, true. She's laying on the floor in the courtroom.
Yep. That's why you can't see her. It's the floor. There's stairs.
Yes.
There's a floor below those stairs.
Yes. The next charge is the use of illegal military hardware within the domestic borders of the Alpha Quadrant.
Again, that's not military hardware, so.
Okay. The use of excessive violence in attempts to wipe out political dissidents, specifically the Maquis.
Was that when he bombed the Maquis?
Yeah, he bombed the Maquis with the iridium mines, which the Cardassians apparently.
You know that's like a soft spot in my little wiener.
Judge, relevancy.
I know you put that charge on there specifically to tug at my wiener strings.
Explain yourself, Your Honor.
You know that I care about this specific story beat a lot. You know that
Yes.
I talk about this story beat all the time.
Yes, as well as the next story beat, which is illegally being involved with the assassination of a foreign senator. Allegedly.
Well, that story is just boring, you know?
Yeah, that story is dog shit. We're both here of the opinion that the episode that most people call the best DS9 episode is not. It's not even top 10, it's like top 25, maybe.
It's like the best 5 minutes of DS9, maybe.
Yeah, like people call it the best because of the ending monologue, but that's just because every episode that Benjamin has a monologue in is good.
Yes, exactly.
Like I don't remember the fucking Bajoran Civil War episodes, but I remember the fucking This Isn't Paradise because fucking Avery Brooks is a fucking angel. But yes, are we finding Cisco innocent?
Maybe we find him guilty on one charge,
Which is
murdering the Maquis.
fair.
Because he did do that. He did that. Everyone saw that.
Yeah, he did do that.
It was literally recorded in the documentary Deep Space Nine.
Yes, as we all know, I would like the entire courtroom to get comfortable because to proceed in this trial, we need to review all the evidence from the renowned documentary on this case in this trial called Deep Space Nine. So strap in for 175 episodes of this esteemed documentary.
We will watch Deep Space Nine in many proceedings. Like, you were gonna have to like come
Uh,
back. It's gonna be several days of just sitting in court. It's like a class.
Yeah, exactly. Just a very long class. I would like for the court to hear that even though my microphone did not pick it up, the suspect the suspect sleeping in the courtroom did say "Go fuck yourself" to me. Um,
I mean, is she wrong?
no, no, she's not.
Like, can I really hold her in contempt of anything?
No, I don't. Even if you tried to hold her in contempt of court, it would not
There's no
have any.
proof. The court stenographer heard nothing.
I think our court stenographer is deaf because we've admitted to a bunch of crimes.
Listen, this is The Hague. This is what you get. That's how you get. That's how you get here. Chloe, welcome. We are doing Discourse, Fact or Fiction. This is the most off the fucking chain shit I've ever done. I don't know what we're doing, and it's
For
amazing.
reference, as you'll see in the footnotes, the court had a long discussion as to a scene of a zombie blowjob.
Yes, it was a very important discussion, important part of
also,
recess, just chilling, venting about zombie blowjobs.
Exactly. Also, the court found that statistically, trans people are not likely to be war criminals.
Yes, yes, that's fair. I am not going to discuss how we got there because it implies things.
Are you ready for? I think this is my penultimate one.
Okay,
I
I'm
do have
excited.
like one. I have some spark notes on. This wasn't intended to be my penultimate one, but I guess this will be my penultimate one.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's go.
Um, 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 I need to clear my throat because, again, reminder, I have a speech impairment, and this one is long.
Okay, fair enough.
So, sadly, the accused party could not appear before the court today, but they have left a declaration of their guilt or lack thereof. They have made they have made a long letter wherein they express where they appeal their case to this court, this most highest of bimbo courts.
Wait, so they have already been convicted?
No. They have expressed their guilt in the form of a long letter, in which they appeal their case and ask for the opinion of this courtroom.
Is this like copy pasta?
No, it's even worse.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
My wife,
No.
33F,
Uh-oh.
found my 37M pee bottles and cum shirts in the attic. And I swear to God, there really is a good explanation, but she refuses to speak a single word with me. This is the quintessential case of it's not what it looks like.
What?
I see Moss knows who this is. Fucking beginning with my wife 33F.
Okay,
The
so
worst sentence.
I want to say this
So-
is a Reddit post?
Yes, this is a Reddit post.
Okay,
it
I
begin-
don't know this Reddit
reminder-
post. So read the body,
reminder-
please.
Reminder, the core is my wife found my pee bottles and cum shirts in the attic, and I swear to God, it really is I have a really good explanation, but she refuses to speak a single word with me.
Juice. Like what? Why does he have cum?
The too long didn't read of it. A minor medical condition causes me to pee a lot, and using bottles made sense. Since it was impossible, causes me to pee a lot, and using bottles made sense.
Wait.
Uh,
How does that make
he missed
sense?
because apparently, since it was impossible to leave my work from my home desk sometimes, and wife found them, cum shirts didn't help. So he's peeing in bottles because he couldn't leave work, and he apparently
Okay,
has a
fair.
medical condition.
Wait. He works from home and he can't go to his own ass
Yes,
bathroom.
impossible to leave my work from my home desk sometimes.
What? Just go get a doctor's note.
So edit. Based off of everyone's response, apparently extenuating circumstances still don't make it make sense.
This makes no fucking sense.
How's Chad reacting? Oh god. Swimming to Denmark to beat your ass. Oh.
Masa's Spiro. We all taking it. True, he's got the pisses.
Yeah, he's got the pisses. So maybe trans people can be war criminal.
Exactly, but you're proving your statistic bullshit. Well, you said it was statistically unlikely, not that it could not be possible.
Yeah, exactly. So my wife and I are upper middle class professionals,
Mm-hmm.
already horrible, living in a nice little McMansion in
God.
suburbia. My
Okay.
wife is very yeah.
Okay, so this is my first sign that this might be a little BS. Because, like,
Yeah, that he refers
he,
it to a McMansion.
yeah, like, rich people don't refer to their houses as a McMansion. They're like, "Ugh,
Yeah, like
it's
it's an
just a
insult.
two-story home."
But it could also just be that he maybe thinks that he's cool for ironically referring, like he knows his house is shitty, but like if he says it ironically, he might think it's none, like
It
his
could
fault.
also be like a jab at the wife, like, that bitch made me get this house.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
My wife is very nice and amazing all around, but is a bit uppity and is highly concerned with appearance and what people think. She is a dentist, and I am a software architect and business operations consultant.
Pause. Consultant,
Yes.
first of all. Consultant.
I have a speech impairment, okay?
Don't make
I would
fun
have
of him
like
because he has a lisp.
exactly. I would like the court
Don't
stenographer
make
to
fun
add
of him
that
'cause he
to
has
the
a
records.
lisp.
So yes, hold up. His wife is a dentist, and he is a
Uh-huh.
software architect and business operations consultant.
He's like, oh, this bitch is like too concerned with appearance and shit, and he's like coming in the shirts and pissing in bottles. Like, I don't think she's concerned with appearances. More rather,
Yeah,
she's concerned with hygiene. You nasty motherfucker.
Structural safety. Placing all those piss bottles in the attic.
Could you imagine? Like, you go to
Um,
bed at night, you're like, my second story bedroom is so nice. I like it. It's the greatest. And you're just sleeping,
then
and then just it crashes there, and then the piss doesn't come out. You just get hit with a bunch of bottles of piss.
that are very heavy because this guy has
Yeah.
a condition.
You get bruised. You get bruised on shit.
the, the ERT comes in like, what happened? I was bruised by piss bottles.
He tightens them
So
very nicely. He's smart about it.
yes, let's continue. Who has worked out of my house for 12 years, with my office being a custom add-on with its own attic. My wife was literally stepped. What? My wife has literally stepped into my office maybe 6 or 7 times in those 12 years.
I wonder why. It probably stinks like shit, dude.
Never even been up in the attic since construction being completed.
Bro, because
As I
why would you
treat
go up to the attic? It's like nobody goes up to their attic.
as I treat my office like driving to work in quotation marks, and when I'm at work, my wife should only show up to my office in emergencies or something very important. Otherwise, call or email.
Bro, is he like 13 years old? He's like, it's my bedroom, mom. You can't tell me to clean it up.
Maybe. Uh, I have very minor prostatitis. Prostatitis.
Prostatitis?
That should
Prostatitis? What?
Prostatitis. Yeah, that she doesn't even know about. With the only real symptom being that I have drink a ton of water and thus pee a ton.
Get up and go
Um,
pee. I drink literally a gallon of water or more a day, and I just go up and I go pee in the bathroom. It
no,
takes
but
not
Eddie,
that
you gotta
long.
remember, his office is driving to work, and so having to go back into the house would be to drive all the way back home.
Why can't he just piss in the. What?
I guess his office doesn't have a toilet.
What?
I often work
Is
12
that.
plus hours a day since my clients are all over the world and
What?
meetings routinely last 3 to 4 hours
Wait.
with no
No, 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 no,
breaks.
no, no, no. His office is in the house, right?
Yes, but remember he said that he doesn't want his wife to come into his office because when going to his office, he would likes it to be like driving to work.
But, like, why is this man is so fucking stupid? I swear to God. Just go to the bathroom. Oh my
Yes.
God.
About 11 years ago, during one of these meetings, I literally pissed my pants because some of my Asian clients considered it extremely rude to excuse yourself from even a longer meeting. So 11 years ago, he pissed his pants. Shocker. But that means he went an entire
What?
year in his office without needing to pee so badly.
So,
Yes.
okay, just continue. My brain is broken.
After this happened, I started using my water bottles I drink from as my toilet to pee, so as to not arouse any
What?
suspicions by my wife. I just
Disposable water?
bottle. Yeah, like he has water bottles that he drinks from, and I guess he pisses into them and then bottles them up, and yes, so as not to arouse any suspicion by my wife, I just bottled them up and threw them in my attic, and would just take them to the dump on the weekends when she did one of her girlfriend outings that I knew she'd be gone for a while. I ended up slacking uh, on taking them out, where it got to the point that it's been years since I've removed them, and I just started using the bottles to pee in, even when not in meetings.
This is just
Uh,
gross. Divorce. Hell.
yeah.
Hell.
If I was at work, I peed in bottles. There are now 100 apostrophe s, hundreds, hell, probably thousands up there.
May God forgive this man. May
On
God
top
forgive him.
Oh, now we get
This
to the cum
court
shirts.
cannot handle this case. I'm just thinking about this is too much.
Edict. Divorce. We get to the cum shirts now.
Oh God, yeah, we haven't gotten to the
You
conference.
forgot about the cum shirts. We all forgot about the cum shirts. On top of this, I would occasionally, maybe like once every few months, masturbate and use an extra dress shirt from my closet to clean up.
A dress
Again,
shirt? What?
yes, a dress shirt. He specifies a dress shirt, an office dress shirt.
This is so expensive. Like,
Again, using same logic, I just threw them up in the attic with the intentions of removing them. Probably about 40 up there now. He has wanked 40 times and wiped them up with his fucking office dress shirts and just chuck them in the attic. Oh, don't worry, it's almost done.
okay, continue.
This Friday, I had to go on site to a clown 2 hours away, so
To a
I
clown?
drove there. A client.
Oh.
I have a speech impairment. Okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I just misunderstood what you said.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
like,
understand.
it's like I don't realize that you have a speech impairment because it's my audio processing disorder. It's like they're making out, you know? Like I don't know if you're
Yeah,
making a
like
funny word or I'm being dumb, you know?
they're too like it's a wonder that we have the brain. We need the brainwave because we can't communicate. I can't speak and you can't hear.
We did it. We figured it out.
The brainwave coming to
Exactly.
you. Yes, this Friday I had to go to a client 2 hours away. So I drove there, did my work, and came back home. Apparently, one of my wife's friends bought a new house but can't move in until May and has to be out of the house by next week and need a place to store a number of boxes that didn't fit in her storage unit. My wife offered that we could store them in my attic without
Uh-oh.
mentioning. So Friday, my wife and a few of her friends go to start putting boxes up there, and are met with the piss bottles and cum shirts.
No, duh,
The only
motherfucker. Why would you need to ask? You know, like
the only
it's.
thing
Why would you need to ask about that? Like he's like offended. He's like, that bitch didn't ask if she could use the attic for storage. Like motherfucker.
That bitch didn't ask if the place that I have not even been mentioning that I've been using, that I've pretending to not use, as to not arouse suspicions of storing hundreds or
Ex-
thousands of bottles of piss.
Exactly. Like what the fuck was she supposed to expect?
The only thing she has said to me via text is that she's filing for divorce. What do I
Queen.
do?
I love her. Yes. She's already given the
Well,
judgment. That is my exact same judgment. Divorce. Hell.
12 years of living with the piss bottle and cum shirt addict guy.
Yeah, like imagine like just
Uh,
imagine you are on the this is your husband, right? Like you have been married to
yes.
him say 20 years. Say you've been married to 12 years?
He has had the office for 12 years. It's implied that they lived together for a few, like a year or
Okay, so
more
like
before that.
okay, so say that you've been married for 20 yonks
Yes.
and you're like deeply in love with this man. He's like everything that you could imagine. He's
He's
tall,
a,
he's hot, he got a nice job, he gets paid well, so do you.
yeah,
It's
he's
like
a
a
software
fairy tale.
architect.
Exactly. It's like, oh my god, he's so smart and I'm so smart. I clean teeth all day. And
My God, my girlfriend is getting evicted and needs a place to store her stuff.
yeah, like she's a nice like yeah, you're good, you're a nice person. You're like, "Oh, my homie's
Yes.
getting evicted. Come over here. Let's hang out." And so
Yeah,
you're
like
like,
my
"Okay."
my husband has this attic he hasn't been using.
Exactly, because he's led me to believe that that attic is empty because like he doesn't never uses it. I've never seen him go up there. He never mentions
He never
going up
talks
there.
about it.
Exactly, like
He's
why would he
actually
talk about it?
suspiciously he has never mentioned it in the last 12 years.
But it's also just like why would you talk about the attic? Like when have you gone up to the attic of your house, Paz?
A lot.
Okay,
Like my
fuck
mom
you.
keeps
Never mind.
sending me up to the attic because, again, it's one of the few storage spaces we have. And remember those pictures I sent you of that fucking heavy ass,
Fair.
fucking
Fair.
bookshelf I needed to carry down 5 flights of stairs?
In America, it's pretty uncommon, really, to go up to the
Yeah,
attic. Like
like
frequently. Like, and I
yeah,
can
like it's
imagine.
warehousing stuff.
Yeah, like I can imagine that you could go 10, 12 years, not really giving a shit, and you could
Mm.
assume that your husband is like making sure everything's safe and healthy. You know, like oh yeah, there's no holes and everything. You know, you assume that happens, so you don't really look up there. You
Mm.
never assume that there's fucking piss bottles and cum shirts.
Mm.
I, Jory, what's your take? What's
Consensus seems to be divorce.
divorce? That's fair, because I mean, he deserves death, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
he deserves death for cum shirts. Guilty.
and piss bottles. Imagine not telling her, like, why? Just go to the bathroom. All because he has this dumb shit, like, fucking, like, method about going to work every day. Bro, your bathroom is probably, like, 2 feet away.
Also, the fact that in 12 years of knowing his wife, he has never at once mentioned that he has a medical condition that means he has to piss and drink water a lot.
Also, like, how does she not notice that, like, normally? Like, they don't go out and
Yeah.
he's, like, out pissing all the time?
Just like, oh, honey, I'm going to bed. Oh, by the way, I actually need to piss before we go to bed. And also
Yeah,
drink this gallon of water.
Like, you're telling me for 20 yonks she's not noticed that you piss a lot, bro? Like,
What sort of bimbo code is this to attack cum shirts? Oh, the lack of mentioning cum shirts might be an issue.
I just think it's nasty to not clean up your shit. Like,
Yeah,
clean it
exactly.
up.
Like, also, no, it's against bimbo ideology to clean up cum with a fucking office dress shirt. Bimbos are poor. Bimbos are the working class. We don't have the money to wipe up cum with dress shirts. This
Dress shirts are
bimbos of the
bourgeoisie.
world unite to buy basic fucking.
Dress shirts are for the rich. Mao would have banned dress shirts. He was so based. He would have been like, yeah, dress shirts banned. Slacks also banned. Jewelry banned.
So, yeah, that's the death penalty, also, I guess.
Yes, death penalty.
I love how we haven't had. I love how a less innocent person was Magneto and Monokuma. Nobody else has been innocent.
Magneto.
Magneto, oh god.
Cerebral. So you gotta tell me. Do you think this story is real?
I don't. I mean, but the spelling errors.
I mean, so I make spelling errors and I can lie.
Fair? Fair. I feel like it feels a bit too surreal. Again, this woman has known him for 12 years and she divorces him instantly after finding his piss bottles and cum shirts. I
And
feel
it,
like white
yeah.
suburban American women are a little more forgiving than that.
Yeah, she would have been like, oh, that boys will be boys, you know, like.
Decided Monokuma was innocent, both astronized and guilty. That was a decision of the jury that was overruled by the judge.
Yes, look, how many Addies outnumber you motherfuckers, okay? There's how many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
See, you can't beat me in the council. It's 16. Did you count the big Addie?
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, I
Okay.
didn't count the small Addy right next behind the chair of the big Addy.
Yes, she's
Because
there.
they just thought it was your hand.
No, that's. I'm gonna pick her nose.
Don't pick her. Well, is this picking your own nose or is it picking another person's nose?
Wait, Amanda. Earlier, I made a pretty funny joke. I don't know if you heard it. I said the Council of Addie is like a reverse plural system. Anyway, Paz,
Yes.
I need to ask, why do you think, what tips you off that this is fake other than the spelling?
Well, that's the McMansion thing. Although I also did argue that the McMansion thing could also be that like he's trying to self-deprecate. Like he's turning the fact that he bought an ugly house into like a self-deprecating, haha, funny internet Reddit point things.
True. McMansion hate is like a big thing.
Yes. I also feel like the fact that the majority of that post was an edit, that the original one was just the header and the bottom line of like TLD, she's divorcing me because she found my piss bottles and gum shirts. So I feel like that's also like, that's bait. That's bait, mate. And then when people said, what?
But like,
He was like, oh,
but,
I
like,
need to explain.
could you make this up?
Yeah, Addie, remember that SCP I sent you last week?
True, and also the zombie blowjob.
Yes, and also the zombie blowjob, which is made by an honest to god very good film director.
I'm excited to watch that movie. It's called Blood Quantum.
Yeah, Blood Quantum.
Okay.
as in reference to the racist policy of blood quantum in Canada. It's like the perfect anti-80s nostalgia movie. I feel
Okay,
like it's
so let's do a summary of all of our cases. So what was the first case?
yes.
Harvey.
First one was Harvey from Stardew Valley. You got 3 points, and you sentenced him to be guilty. You removed the only well, not the only doctor, I guess. What's the girl? The nurse.
Maru?
Maru, yes, Maru. Maru's still there, but they don't have
He's not an
a
MD
GP
though.
anymore. Yeah, exactly. She's not the GP anymore, but she can graduate.
Yeah, but also fuck Harvey. He's, triggering that poor man's PTSD with that by
Literally.
being like, look, it's a military hospital, bro. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Are there
Next,
mods that bring back the war crime version
yes,
of Stardew? There are?
I knew this before searching it up. Yes, I know there is because people were mad about it, and people made a big deal about
What?
it because it was a big case of like the Red Cross being fucking idiots.
Yeah, could you imagine like you're a video
The
game
Red
developer and you
Cross.
and you go to the fucking Hague?
Yeah, they didn't go to the Hague. Just the Red Cross
I
charged
know, but like could you
like
imagine if it went all that way?
yeah, imagine Jesus Christ, like fucking just the entire like the Hague that deals with like fucking war criminals of the Rwandan genocide, and then just by the way, this developer of an indie game about farming put a Red Cross in the video game on the hospital.
And then like these like council of Frenchies are like death penalty.
That's actually racist because they're Flemish. Because they're from the Netherlands.
Motherfucker, suck my dick.
Next case we argued was Monokuma. 3 points again.
Mhm.
Deemed innocent of all charges.
Why did I deem Monokuma innocent? What was my logic?
Because again, you didn't want to orphan his 6 children, and he said wabu wabu, and you agreed wabu wabu.
Yes, wobble wobble wobble. Very
Exactly,
true,
wabu
very
wabu
true.
wabu. Next up is Magneto, which I realized I've misspelled as Mangeto.
Man ghetto.
Mangeto.
That sounds
Mangetto.
like that is like the porn version of Magneto. It's Man ghetto.
Oh yeah, Magneto. Um, Next one was George Washington. You only got 2 points because you guessed it was a United States leader, president of state, but you did not guess who it was.
You had to
You gave
Google
him
if fucking George Washington was married.
no. That wasn't the one I googled to be married.
Okay. I was so confused.
Yeah, no, that's the one later. No, George Washington. I didn't Google anything. You're
Okay.
just confused.
Okay. Sorry.
You
Sorry.
thought he
Sorry.
was Mussolini. You thought he was Churchill. You thought he was
I
Stalin.
did not
You
think he
thought
was
he was
Mussolini.
Putin.
I did not think he was Mussolini. I did not
Oh,
think
you
he was
had
Mussolini.
the jury.
Cat. I did not think he was Putin either. I said that as like don't is this gonna be fucking Putin, like cringe ass commentary on Ukraine or something,
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go to that point. Amanda brings up a point. You said "fuck the kids," Lamau.
Yes,
Yes,
fuck
as
them
we
kids.
established in this court, children are not a protected class of citizens in this court, and therefore are not recognized as having unique rights.
Yes.
And therefore, it was just homicide and a child murder.
Yes, and that also implies that children can be tried in this court as if they were adults, because again, no unique rights.
Next one was the 3 necromancers, which you got 3 points.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna knock it up to 9 because you got all of them right.
Look at me, I'm fucking
They got
smart
the
as
sentence
fuck.
of carcalicious and debonering.
Debonering was probably the funniest part of the stream, if I'm gonna be honest.
No, the funniest for me was either the zombie blowjob or trans people are statistically not war criminals. Next one was Star Trek, Cisco, which I had to Google that he was married because I forgot he got married to. He was married to
You forgot
his
the
first wife.
fucking basis of the fucking TV show?
I just thought like they had a child together and weren't married, but were planning to get married, and that's why Wolf 359.
I don't want to say that you're dumb. But do you really think that Richard Berman would let his main character be an unwed father?
That's a good point. Fuck.
Get checkmated, bitch.
But yeah, you asked where he was from, and I said Louisiana, and he is from Louisiana.
You bitch. That one really fucked me. I was like, what? Who is from Louisiana? And then you said distant future, so I was like, this is like some obscure media property I don't know. Fuck you.
Eddie, if I'd said Iowa, if it was fucking Kirk, would you have gotten that?
No. There's a lot of you know who else is from Iowa? Kate Mulgrew.
God, you're right.
Iowa. Bitch.
Fuck. And the last one before this court was, of course, a Reddit guy, which I can't really ascribe points to.
Divorce. Hell, you just
yeah.
wanted to traumatize
Hell.
the court.
Exactly.
Every single Addy to be.
I did mention this was the penultimate trial.
Oh, we have one more. One more.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
So, if you would like to bring the court stream to me, because I would like to address the jury directly.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
So, I am sorry to apologize to the jury, as I have something to declare. For you see that this entire trial has been a setup to by Interpol and several other police forces and criminal investigation organization, as there is a war criminal and mass genocidal maniac who has evaded capture for several years. Originally thought dead in a horrible car crash in Belgium earlier this year. We are finally able to drag him before this criminal court by making him assume that he would be the judge of the courtroom. She has been brought up on several counts of atrocities, misinformation, murder, spousal abuse, genocide, omnicide, racism against the Donmer, misogyny, misandry, and market inflation.
Market inflation?
Yes, exactly. There's been some insider trading in regards to the use of a certain song.
Oh, insider trading.
Insider trading is what the charges are. And so we would like to present it to this jury how you deem this utmost criminal. And I remind you, has committed the immolation of frogs, the mass genocide of several people, omnicide of an entire solar system.
Wait, hold up. What? I did what?
The Mass Effect DLC, didn't you like kill an entire solar system?
You're totally right. I did do that.
I have studied all of your crimes. You have falsely, you have misused sound files to misrepresent several members of the jury. As you can see, that the jury is actually made up of several of your victims. This has all been a setup. This is your trial.
All right. What misinformation have I spread?
You have spread misinformation in regards to Amanda's theft of weed. You have disseminated that information to the public.
Harold. We're being heralded. Harold time. Harold is being called to the stand. Harold is being called to the stand, everybody.
Harold is a very I would like to cross-examine the witness, if you will.
Okay. What?
Harold, is it in fact not true that after stream is over, you get chucked onto the floor, thrown into dark and musty cabinets, and during the move earlier last year, you were thrown in a box,
Yep.
squeezed and hidden in the dark.
Yep.
Is it not true that you have had several physical and violent altercations with the streamer known as Iwinalot7?
All of this is true. Very. I would like to add on. Okay. I would like to say that my conditions have not always been so severe. Not not every time that she throw me on the floor. That's not every single time. Sometimes she like puts me on the bed and puts a bunch of clothes over me, so she just look for me in the middle of stream and be like, "Where's Harold? I can't find Harold. Oh, where's Harold? Where is he?" I was crushed under a bunch of clothes, all alone
Exactly.
for days. Days.
There's another witness that would like to add to claims of misinformation.
Mm.
One wife of the guilty party has said that the accused has on multiple occasions claimed that I have big tits. There's also the
In my
there's yes.
defense, they all look big when your face is in them.
Objection abstained. But there's also the case that this Iwinalot7 has ties, financial ties to a known dangerous criminal that has
Are we?
been
Are we?
eluding military.
Wait. Are we
Yes,
talking about Pagliacci, the killer clown?
yes. Pagliacci the Killer Clown is the number one on the International Court of Bimbo's most wanted list, and we know that you have financial, personal, and professional ties to this criminal individual and their organization. As we know, I have here before me the receipts of one generous donation from Pagliacci, the Killer Clown, who indeed did pay you a fine sum of money to assassinate one innocent Canadian Amanda, as well as your wife. Is that not true?
Okay. If you are going to charge me with that,
Yes.
uh, most honorable barrister of the court, we must also mention that
Yes.
you are Pagliacci the killer clown themselves.
Evidence. The court would like to see evidence to this fact. This is a court of law where you need to present evidence. I've presented receipts. I've presented eyewitnesses. I have presented.
You began today's proceedings by being like, "Oh, my shirt. It means nothing. It means nothing." But now
It is an unfortunate coincidence. It is an
sure.
unfortunate coincidence that there is a
Mhm.
clown upon this shirt. This is simply my suit was in the dry washer, and I just had to wear whatever else was in my closet.
Yeah,
I
and
cannot
you
help.
just have clown shirts. You just have clown shirts.
Exactly. It's a coincidence. Everyone has vanity shirts in their closet, and I
I
just happen
also
to have a
believe that
vanity clown shirt.
everybody in this courtroom, including Astrid, who was on the floor of the courtroom. I would like to
Yes.
point out Astrid to everybody that you have a
That-
fascination with clowns and clownery in general.
Irrelevant.
This is not your
evidence.
only clown shirt.
This is irrelevant to the case. This is simply and fully irrelevant to the case. We are.
I would
we are
also
currently
like
here
the court
proceeding.
to look at Paz. Or haven't they? Don't they look quite pallid, quite pale? I believe they misapplied the wrong paint to their face, and it has been stuck on for quite some time.
I am not Pagliacci, the killer clown. anymore. We are here proceeding on the crimes of one Iwinalot7, also known as Addy of Maryland fame, the crab eater himself,
I do
the
love crabs.
destroyer of worlds.
Very
the
true.
Did you, in fact, not commit several instances of illegal gambling and promotion of gambling to children?
Pardon? What?
Gambling is illegal at the in the eyes of the International Court of Bimbo.
When did I gamble?
In the fallouts of New Vegas.
But how did I promote that to children?
You do not know who watches. You have uploaded your VOD to YouTube. YouTube, a platform that promotes stuff to people of all ages. So
You can't blame me
theoretically,
for YouTube's algorithms.
you make a fair point, Your Honor. Oh, you're not honorable, Honor.
The most dishonorable?
So, how do we rule in the How does the jury vote on Addie's crimes of international, several atrocities,
Do you
genocides,
have any evidence to
breaches of
present? We
convictions?
can throw them up on the screen.
Sure. Let me just. I'm on my laptop, meaning it's gonna be impossible to look through fucking
Which?
Twitch.
Well,
But
the jury can also get you
exactly,
clips of my
jury,
crimes.
please present evidence of injuries the accused has done unto you.
Well, the Council of Addies awaits whatever evidence you
Justice.
have.
Oh god.
Ozma says, I'm biased, and also I have not yet been harmed in all the years I have known Iwinalot7. Exactly.
Ozma, is that true? When we played Zomboid, were you not in fact did you not in fact get murdered by Eddie at one time after being bitten?
She was infected with the Nox
That does not-
virus.
that is a condition, but it was still murder. That's still manslaughter in the eyes of
Oh,
the court of
no. Ozma murdered someone and was punished by me.
Oh, is that how we are going to?
That's what
Is
Ozma
that
is
how we-
saying. Ozma also accepted the
learned
murder.
Well,
my dick.
we're still discussing the legality of consensual murder in this court.
She had the Nox virus. Gonna eat all of us. It was self-defense.
Yes, it was consensual murder. God.
The court
damn
agrees.
it.
The court agrees with me. The jury is like, strike that. That one, we don't care. Yes, exactly,
God, this
Ozma.
has been a
Consent
wonderful series.
rules all in the International Court of Bimbo.
This has been a stream.
It has been wild. I mean, I find it quite remarkable that you're taking quite a long time to find evidence against me. You would think a barrister of your
Well,
caliber would know and have evidence prepared.
well, I was expecting the court to simply just agree with me.
Well,
Because
the
we've
court
all been
seems-
witnesses.
Well, the court seems to agree with me that I'm the best bitch ever. I'm nice. I'm nice.
Court stenographer, I would like you to read the chat when I revealed this earlier when the chat said ha 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 lemao guilty live
That-
TV guilty.
That was in the
Uh,
beginning. That was in the when the case first began. Now that all the evidence has been presented, maybe they're changed their mind, Paz. You can't get mad at me.
Amanda's saying, "Oh no, he's trans." More like, "Oh no, Eddie's guilty."
Zelda, I'm being
Oh, hello, Rick.
prosecuted by Paz.
Yeah. Over the last 3 hours, we have prosecuted let me find this. We have prosecuted Harvey from Stardew Valley. He has been found guilty of breaches of the Geneva Conventions, specifically, let me find it, Article 7 of the 1864 Geneva Conventions, Chapter 7, as well as Article 38 of the 1949 Geneva Conventions. Monokuma was found innocent.
Yep.
Magneto was also found innocent on all charges.
Mm-hmm.
George Washington was sentenced to the death penalty. Um, 3 necromancers were all sentenced to carcalicious and debonering. Benjamin Sisko was found guilty on 1 charge, but innocent of all other charges.
Mm-hmm.
And a Reddit guy was sentenced to hell.
And divorce. Divorce.
What is Oh yeah. What is Iwinalot7 being accused of? What did I accuse you of? I've accused you of genocide, omnicide,
Omnicide.
misinformation. Yeah, omnicide. Like you killed an entire solar system.
Oh, okay.
um,
Yeah, I did do that.
She has been brought up on several counts of atrocities, misinformation, murder, spousal abuse, genocide, omnicide, racism against the Donmer, misogyny and misandry and market inflation, and insider trading. No, the idea was that like Eddie had to guess if they were real war criminals or fake war criminals, but I erred on the side of fake war criminals, cause then we can laugh about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But also, like, they don't have to be a war criminal in like the actual sense. It could just be like, oh, he was a dude who did something cringy on the internet.
Yeah, it's just atrocities.
Yes, things that made
And now
me
we are
wince.
Yeah, and I read an entire Reddit post that made everyone die inside.
Yes, we will not return to that. If you want to get that information, just return to the court stenographer after this court is
Yes.
over.
The court stenographer and the court sketch artist will work together to produce a video on demand. I hear my
Yes,
my
that is.
consultant is telling
Yes.
me. uh, I'm seeing a
Okay,
lot
so
of guilt getting.
yes, I'm being well. Osmo seems to be on my side. Like
But
this might be
but
a hung jury.
I've one person is not a hung jury, Meg.
What is a hung jury then, Paz? Define it.
It is a jury with massive dicks. Am I wrong?
I mean that Katie's on the jury. She's not. A
Thank you
hung
very much.
jury, also called a deadlock jury, is a judicial jury that cannot agree upon a verdict after extended deliberation and is unable to reach the required unanimity or supermajority. Hung juries usually result in the case being tried again. This situation can only occur in common law because civil law systems either do not use juries or who gives a shit about that. This is a hung jury, Pass.
I'd like to inform you that that description of a hung jury did put the horse that is sleeping on the middle of the courtroom floor. It put that horse to sleep.
Well, that's fair. That horse is an anarchist and does not care for judicial systems.
Uh,
But she has
but
been watching this entire judicial system go about this whole time.
yeah, but the proposed judge punishment that Ezra just did. What?
I heard that. It was like something I didn't hear. It was like a weird noise.
Yeah, Ezra said something at me. But yeah, she proposed a punishment of 128 hours of calculations.
128 hours of carcal. What the fuck? This is like, fuck. You gonna sentence me to fucking Gitmo now? What the hell? I'm going to Guantanamo Bay. Thank you, Asher. What the fuck?
Um, I have a fun way to close out code if you want. Before
Okay.
we go to sleep.
You want to go to recess, Paz?
Yeah. Well, no. Before we go to recess,
Mm-hmm.
I did just get this link sent to me by a anonymous source who is following this trial proceedings. I would like you to play this clip for the court because it seems to be it says for my associate.
Should I just play it? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Um. Also attached is this colorful box with a crank on it.
Colorful, like a jack-in-box?
Oh no. Oh no. The cloud is.
Uh-oh, that
Oh no, it's poisonous gas and we're all gonna die.
we're being murdered?
Yes, this Jack in the Box is releasing poisonous gas and killing the entire, all the Eddie clones.
No, not all my Addie clothes. I love them. No, especially Mini
No.
Addie over here.
Mini Eddie, no!
No.
That's the Usher the Killer Clown, how could they?
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank
For
my
this
patrons.
very experimental stream.
Yes, this stream has been amazing. I want to thank especially my patrons, Emma, Paz, Astrid, Silvercore, Chloe, and Angel. Oh shit, I haven't made Angel stream intro yet. Oh fuck. Okay, remind me to do that after stream, please. Okay. If you want to become a patron, it is Iwinalot7 streams on patreon.com. So patreon.com/Iwinalot7 streams. We are at 6 patrons now, so we are ever closer to hitting our goal of watching movies for everybody in the Discord. Once we hit 10 patrons on the Discord, we will start watching movies together every Friday night. Everybody in the Discord watch those movies. Patrons will vote on what we're watching. So that means the patrons will get to torture you with their money, their wealth. They get to have a privilege. They get to torture you with whatever movie they want to watch. So we're gonna go check out somebody to raid, so don't leave just yet. I'm sure, did everybody have fun? Tell me how it went. Like, was it good?
Now, everybody give their opinion on this fucking nightmare train wreck of train wreck? Jesus
wreck.
Christ. Train wreck. This train wreck of an experimental stream.
I really liked it. It was
It's very
fun.
fun.
It was just like, what the fuck are we doing? But also, this was amazing. I'm surprised it went so well.
Yeah, like again, I thought I only had like 8 of them, and I'm surprised I made almost the 3 hours. Jesus, we don't also have a long break talking about zombie blowjobs and stuff.
I'm looking for somebody to raid. Everybody is playing the new Call of Duty game, and you know how I feel about Call of Duty. I do not want that shit.
Dookie.
Call it shitty, more like, you know.
Call of piss and cum and poopy.
There's so many people playing Smite right now. I have no idea why. And I'm also I don't know if they're good people or not. None of them have pronouns in their bio. That's usually my way of judging people. Like, you have pronouns in bio? Okay.
You have normal hair color and not pronouns in bio.
How
Ugh.
suspicious.
You're blonde and no pronouns in bio.
Okay, this person. Gosh, it's like so hard finding people to raid right now. I don't know why my brain is like
God.
melting. Somebody here is playing Power Wash Simulator. Now that's interesting.
Yeah.
They only have 22 followers. Let's go. Be nice.
Let's give them a bunch of love.
Yes, they're doing power. This game looks really satisfying. I think y'all would
Yeah.
have fun watching that. So like, go be nice to Daniel. F-Rod.
Yeah, and don't charge them with war crimes, please.
Yes, only Paz has the ability to do that. All right, gang.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
20.
Let's
19.
go.